And that, as they say, is that. I don't know how to start off tonight. I don't know. It's Tuesday. It's second Monday for everybody. I guess we should start off with a drink. To all my friends out there, this is on behalf of Gen X Talks. To everybody out there in the bottom of the glass nation, this is the General coming at you live from a bunker hidden deep in the state of California where the liberals can't get to me. Yeah, 60 feet below, solid concrete the whole way down with nothing more than an air vent to guide me, along with a little hole to Jack Daniels can get poured down to me. That's all I need. That's all I need. It's where I'm at right now. Oh, come on. You guys got to be drinking right about now. Come on. Look at the world we're living in. You got to have a drink just to keep conscious, man. All right. Don't make me drink alone. I will, but I don't like to. Who's going to raise a glass? Anybody? There we go. The man they call Jay. Bum, bum. Now, see, Mrs. Forwatton just got here because I threatened to call her. Wise and Oak, he's making sure that my video works too. Cali Cat's in here. There we go. Connor Hendricks, Gerald Martin checking in. All right, so I'm not drinking alone. That's what I want to know. I just needed to know if I was alone in this bar. That's all I wanted to know. Wow, and Gen X Mom is running over to the microphone. I haven't even had my first drink yet. I'm going to get my first drink in.
No, you need to hear this. Hi, everyone. Gen X Mom here.
Before I drink?
Yes, it's from Zoe Michelle.
All right, before I drink.
$10. Let's get this party started.
Well, Zoe, that's what I'm talking about, sweetheart. I'm trying to kick it off right now, baby. Let's go. We can get to the bottom of this glass, and then the truth at the bottom of the next glass, and the next one, and the next one. It's what we do here. We drink, and we know things. Everybody, bottom of the glass nation. To me, I salute you. Oh, yeah. Training wheels. That's what Gen X Mom calls a Coke chaser, training wheels. Okay. And as the alcohol begins to filter through my system, look at everybody saying hello to Gen X Mom. Yeah, she was here. Yeah. No, we did not set up the split screen. We'll work on that sometime, just like we did on the birthday show. You guys remember the birthday show when we did split screen? It worked really well, but I don't know how to do it without the kid. The kid's been busy. We'll figure that out. We'll get it. I know you guys like seeing her on camera when she wants to chime in. I'm kind of against it. That really goes against every fiber of my being. You know, as the head attention whore in Gen X Talks, I think it's only right that I keep anybody that is smarter, prettier off camera. I can't have that. It just makes me look bad every time she shows up. I look worse. We can't have that. We're going to have to. Now, if I can surround myself with uglier people than me, that may be hard to find. But if I can surround myself with uglier people, dumber people, well, dumber people I won't have any shortage of. I'm living in California. I could throw a rock out my window and hit 10 people dumber than me. But the uglier one, that might be kind of tough. But we'll work on that. But we'll get them. We'll surround her. Then I will feel better. Yeah, it's always nice to feel like I'm at the top of the pyramid the whole time. And I've been at the top of the pyramid many times. Oh, a couple of them were in hotel rooms in Vegas, but that's a different story. That's an adult story. We'll talk about that later. Anyway, Charles Palua, you might get more views and make more money if you put her out there by the pool in a bikini on split screen. Charles, no doubt. No doubt, as her OnlyFans page will attest to. But we're getting off topic again. You got to stick where I'm at. All right. Okay. David DeVilla says, OC, California in the house, baby. Team Gen X, not all of us are nuts or fruits. I agree with that, and I know where the OC is. I'm very familiar. All right, so, and she's back again. You just keep interrupting the show.
Yep. Sammy Joe, $5, just because Gen X Mom is beautiful.
No, you get... Okay, so now that's two on PayPal. That's two PayPals that have come in, and she runs over and interrupts the program. That's twice. Now, once was Zoe's really getting the party started. I'm all for that. But the other one just did for her? Really? And you know what? You guys haven't put one thing in the jar. There's no Mrs. Forwatton's peaches in the jar, no super chats, and nobody knows who the $2 whore is tonight. And one guy called me up and said, he wrote me up. He wrote me a letter. He said, you should make it a $20 whore. Everybody's so interested, they'll pay $20 just to see who it is. I go, that's not the point. The point isn't like, well, how much money can I make off it? The point was to make it a $2 whore cheapens the person. he missed the whole point of the exercise there. But that's the thing there. Elizabeth Rojas, hello, handsome general and beautiful bottom of the glass nation family. Thank you very much for that. Here comes one. The man they call Jay, member for 6 months, bottom of the glass. Wish I could change my icon to the general's face. I guess you could call me an idiom. You can't change it. You have to wait. I thought it was 6 months. Somebody said 7. But now we got a little green gobba glue. Yeah, we got a little green gobba glue in here. See that little green gobba glue right down there? Yeah, that's the man they call Jay. That's what he looks like in real life, too. I've met him. He's a little bit contrary, but he's there. All right. Your daily nonsense, it dropped in $5. That means we're going to see some peaches. Some lovely peaches are going to fall in there soon. Mrs. Fort Watton's perfectly ass-shaped peaches are coming in. There we go. Dice dropped in $10. Turn my whole screen yellow for you, General. Now, that's my man Dice checking in. Mike Perkins has become a member. He's been a member already, but there's another one in there. Now, look at that. We got 2 goos in there. How come nothing's going in? That's kind of weird, isn't it? It says it should go in there. The numbers are right. Oh, there it all is. Okay, there they all come at once. And who is the $2 whore? Any guesses? Any guesses on the $2 whore? Just taking this. I'm asking. I'm just asking. Bryce Barnes, is the little green man new? No, little green man is the goo guy for a subscriber or a follower. You know, just a little goo guy with 2 googly eyes. That's all. Lionheart, $1.99 for the $2 whore. We still haven't discovered who it is yet. Dewey Osborne, $2. Dead guest midget behind you. Dead guest. Oh, yeah, on the shelf. You know, we haven't named that dude yet. No one's given him a name. We don't know what to call him. We haven't thought of that one, or this dude over here, the little green guy. No one's really given him a good name, and I don't have a story to go with it yet, so we're fucked. That's all. Trippy, insurmountable Cali Cat. Trippy is not a $2 whore. No, he's not. William Buchanan says, General, greetings. It's always a breath of fresh air to see and hear you, sir. William, thank you very much for the kind words. I appreciate it. We'll keep on trucking in the same direction until somebody shuts me off and says I'm not allowed to do this anymore, which will probably be the kid. You know, we got banned on TikTok. You guys know that, right? 2 weeks ago, we got banned on TikTok, and I wasn't allowed back on there. When we finally got unbanned, the kid did his 5 o'clock Monday show, and he kicked me out of my chair and sat here and told me, he says, Dad, you can be between the sheets. You just make notes, and you can holler at me from over there. I said, you don't want me on camera? He goes, I'm not even sure I want you on microphone. So, yeah, TikTok still hates me. So, fuck those guys. Yeah, that's the way it goes. Your daily nonsense dropped in 99 cents with a big yellow peach on that one. Now, that I haven't seen in a long time. Yeah, Corey, you're constantly getting banned. The only place that they haven't banned me once or even gotten a warning of any kind is on our podcast. I'm on the same system that Joe Rogan's on. It's Anchor FM. It's Spotify. And we haven't even got a warning from them, which is surprising. Everywhere else, we've either gotten warning or even YouTube. I got a warning for life. They said this warning will stay on your screen and it never disappears. Don't fuck up. That's what it says. Don't fuck this up. And we've got one of those, but that's it. And other than that, every other place we've been on, we've been banned or we've been temporarily suspended or permanently kicked. We've run the course. Yeah, we've played for the cycle, I'm sure. But the podcast is the one place, and I've said some pretty opinionated stuff on the podcast. When I'm on the solo ones, especially, I've gone pretty hardcore on those, and they've never. That's the one place. You guys want to hear some of the stuff? Go back to episode 1 and just listen all the way through. Just listen while you're driving or while you're falling asleep at night. It'll put you right to sleep, I guarantee. But the podcast. I don't know if any of the moderators can put up a link to the podcast, but the podcast that's where when I get drunk and I'm saying shit, that's where I fucking come uncorked. And yeah, no bans, no, and she's back. Yeah, Gen X Mom, hi.
Hi, it's from Mrs. Four. She's checking in with you. $20.
I hope it's some. You know what? I could use some words of encouragement from Mrs. Four right now.
It says, General, you seem to have it turned up tonight, and the shirt looks good.
Well,
Studio Fund.
Hey, thank you, Mrs. Four. Now that's what I'm looking for, along with Elizabeth calling me handsome. I think I'm 2 for 2 tonight, baby. That's good stuff. Yeah. Hold on. Somebody just chimed in here. Rowdy Bobby, evening gentleman for the Whiskey Fund. Thank you very much, Rowdy. Yeah, I feel that. I'm feeling it too. I'm feeling good now. Not in a big hurry tonight. Not racing through my words. Now, there's 2 versions of Robin Williams. You guys all remember Robin Williams, right? I love the guy. Absolutely idolized Robin Williams. And he had a very good dramatic side, as you've all seen, and he had a steady side. He had a steady side in some of his movies where he was, kind of moving right along. But he also had the side when he was on cocaine and you couldn't shut him up, and he just bounced and bounced and bounced and bounced and bounced. I think now that I've exposed myself in that manner, not exposing myself the way you guys are thinking, you dirty gutter whores. No. Now that I've exposed myself in that manner about that, I think you guys can look back and remember some live shows where I was just speed dating right through them as fast as I could. I wasn't on cocaine. I don't like cocaine. I don't like drugs. It's not my thing. And I would just tell you if I did. I would tell you that I like cocaine. I do speed. No, don't. But there have been times when I sat behind the mic, and the camera came on, the lights came on, and I was gone, man. And it was just a sprint for 3 fucking hours. And you guys were along for the ride on some of us. Don't pretend like you weren't there. You were. And now I'm trying to moderate myself down, trying to become steady. Nobody likes listening to Ben Shapiro when he was, from 4 years ago, because he talks so damn fast. He's constantly in speech classes trying to slow himself down because he talks so fast. People actually turn off the radio. It's too fast. So I think that I have crossed that line a few times with you folks and just blurred the line between making sense and making words. Sometimes when I go that fast, I'm just happy that I can make words, let alone make sense. So I'm pulling it back a little bit. Whoa. CPAP says, what do you think about weed? I don't mind if you smoke weed. I don't care one way or the other. I don't. I drink Jack Daniels. That's my gig. However, I will say this. I've said it before. I'll stay true to form. Today's weed is not like weed in the 70s and 80s. It's not even close. They juice that stuff up with so much shit to get you to come back and buy their weed that they're actually having people overdose on things that, aren't even associated with weed. They're putting some shit in there. And I don't pretend to know what it is. I didn't go that deep. I didn't ask. I've seen a lot of reports. I know guys that own weed shops, and they have to be careful where they buy from. Because sometimes they'll get stuff that people say, this is the strongest shit ever. This is the best shit you're ever going to find. This is the upside down, backwards camel cow shit stuff that my uncle made, pulls it out of his own anus himself. And sure, it's addictive, and people come back till they die. Yeah. Or they end up in a coma or a stroke. It's just, I don't know, man. I mean, what do I think about weed? I don't care about weed. It's all the other shit that goes in there that's tough. It really is. And I very much admire the guys who purchase and try to keep things straight. They care about their business. They care about their customers. They're trying to make $1 on it, on legitimate straight weed. They don't want to kill anybody. They don't want to amp anybody out on shit you're not supposed to have. Those guys I appreciate very much for trying to do that. But just like in any game, they up the stakes and cut corners. Some people do. I don't know, man. That's how I feel about that. That's a tough one, but I'm in. I'm in with the weed. I'm in. Go ahead, smoke it. I'm with you, but I can't go the other direction too far just because you don't know what's in there. So, yeah, now you know what and
hey,
my God, she's back again.
Robert from Arizona gave you $10 and didn't say where to put it.
I think you're going to tell me where to put it. You know what's really funny about this is she's walking around in her pajamas. I'm going to tell you, you can tell when you get old. Not me. I'm not old, all right? Let's be clear about this. I'm not talking about my damn self. We get up and get dressed. We have some running around to do. We drive around town. We had some banking we had to do. Had to go to UPS. Had to go to mail some stuff. Pick up a prescription, because you're old. So we go around and do those stuff. Now, I drive her everywhere. Not that the town we live in is a bad town, but people come from other parts of areas that are bad, and they fuck up shit here. And we live in a very middle class neighborhood in a middle class area. It's nothing exceptional. It's not private security or anything, and it's not even a gated community. But it's nice. It's decent. We have decent people and decent neighbors. But we can drive into a Costco or a Sam's Club, a parking lot, and there's stories all the time now. I hate that she joined this Facebook scanner club for our area, our county scanner club. All these fuckers on here all the time. They go, they hear about something, they post it. They see a police report, they post it. I guess some of it's okay, but the other thing it does, it makes you fucking paranoid. It did me. Yeah, I'm telling you, got to me. So, she went out a few times to go do something, and then I heard about right where she was, something bad happening. A homeless guy does this, or they stole the car right from the parking lot where she was at when she was there. In these stores, they have security that driving around, and but it's not enough. It's not perfect. And so I drive her now. Nobody's going to cut my catalytic converter off while I'm sitting in it. Nobody's going to steal my rig while I'm sitting in it. And I can watch her, and nobody's going to fuck with her. You know what? I just drive her everywhere. Everywhere she wants to go, I'll get up, I'll get dressed, I'll clean up, and let's go. I don't even complain anymore. And I used to complain about, God, I'll just go drive over there yourself. I'm busy. And I don't do that. No, I take her everywhere she wants to go all the time. And it's a shame. God, my fucking phone. Trained professionals do not have their telephone on during this time, and I do, because I'm an idiot, and I keep forgetting to shut it off. And no one reminds me. I need to be reminded like a big old freaking baby. All right, so yeah, so I do that. We close everything down, and I take her everywhere that she's got to go, and it's not a bad thing. But it's not like we live in a bad place. It's just that you can live in a good place and people drive over to a good place from a bad place and take your shit. The one that's really been happening lately is they've been stealing cars and trucks older than mine. It's not even like they're doing it for a brand new thing. No, they're stealing shit that's older than mine. And so, of course, Gen X mom's scared because it's how she's on the scanner club. She's on the scanner club. Now she hears all the reports and all the pictures, and people are showing, look at my security camera. They drove up and they stole my car in about 30 seconds, and it was gone. 70 seconds, and they were out of there. We never had time to call the police. My husband didn't even have time to run outside. And so Gen X mom's like, well, how are you going to stop them? Because two-story house, by the time my fat ass gets out of bed and runs downstairs, they're gone. They'll be gone. And I said, yeah, they're not going to steal anything. And she goes, well, how are you going to make them not steal something? They're getting past everyone's alarms. They're getting past everyone's everything. I said, they're not going to steal the cars. Because at night, I go out and I pop the hood, and right in the engine compartment, I pull the fuel pump fuse. They're not going to know which fuse. There's 60 fuses in there. And some are missing and some are being used. You can't tell unless you want to sit there and read the schematic and try to figure out which one's which one. You wouldn't know. You could take a few. You'd have to put fuses in every one of those things. Just hope you got the right one. So now Gen Z kid and I just go out and pull the fuse on those. Those motherfuckers can get in there and slide over and pop the ignition and put on my jacket, grab my pistol, walk down the stairs. Come downstairs, unlock my front door, walk out walk out to the car, flashlight, get out, or I'll shoot you where you're fucking sitting. You pull the fuel pump fuse, they're not going anywhere. Ever. Now, I know some people that would argue that, well, the oil pressure builds up and it carries a load. Still on the fuse, dude. Still on the fuse. Doesn't matter what's carrying the load, oil pressure switch or not. The relay closes. It's still the same circuit. If you pull the fuel pump fuse and it's really easy to get to, they're not going anywhere. Fuck them. I sleep with confidence. So, yeah, now I'm not daring people to come steal my truck or my car, but I'm letting you know that's my defense. Ben Quesnell. $4.99. Ben Quesnell. Wow. I'm going to shift gears for a second here. Ben Quesnell. Now let's all admit that's a very rare name. Not Ben. That's a pretty common name. Quesnell. I have known one other person in my entire life with that last name, and it was a girl I was madly in love with. in 10th grade. Well, I thought I was. I guess I was. Her name was Georgia Quesnell. I doubt that Ben and Georgia are related at all. But that has to be an odd coincidence, is it not? I don't even know if they're spelled the same. I don't think they are, but maybe they are. I don't know. I don't know that I ever knew how to spell her last name. That was not my biggest concern in 10th grade, was learning how to spell her last name. Ben Quesnell, thank you for the $4.99 term, a whole screen teal. If by any chance you're related to Georgia Quesnell, let me know. And I'm going to make you prove it too, just so you know. So I'm not just going to let you off. Oh, yeah, it's my sister or my aunt or somebody. Of course, by now it could be your grandmother for all I know. Yeah, so if anybody knows Georgia Quesnell, thanks for the pizza. I never did say thank you for that pizza you got me. Wise and Oak General, can I just come to sleep in the bed of your truck and play loud music at odd hours of the night? Yeah, go ahead. Knock yourself out, Wise and Oak. Fuck it. I'm in. I'll hang out there with you. We'll tailgate it for the whole night. Kid Brother Joey's in the house. Good evening, Gen X Talks, a.k.a. Gen X Mom. Okay, Joey, Gen X Talks is not Gen X Mom. You don't say, hello, everybody at Gen X Talk. I just mean Gen X Mom. No, you don't. No, sorry. You know what? She's kind of on my shit list anyway, which bleeds into a story. I'm just going to tell you. When she's, you guys all saw pictures. If you're on YouTube membership or if you're a subscriber on Facebook, you go to the General's Lunchbox, that page, or Patreon. You guys have seen pictures of her office. I have gone out of my way. We repainted the office. We cleaned everything up. She has new desks in there. She got a new computer, and she got some new gear for making T-shirts and for a little Cricut machine, because Two Bear's wife is so fantastic at that Cricut machine. She makes stuff in that Cricut machine that I call bullshit on. There's no fucking way you could do it. And that woman flat out gets it done. All right, I mean, I would be in love with her just on that talent alone. Plus, she's really beautiful. Anyway, that's not the point. So Gen X Mom's in here doing her stuff in there, and she has a lot of important tasks around here at Gen X Talks. And she has to do things and get things done in billing and order and stuff. And there's a bunch of stuff, like she's trying to get us listed on the podcast now, on all the different platforms, just like we're on, we put out a video on YouTube. We also put it out on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok. We don't have one place where you put out the video and it links it everywhere. It's not how it works. You can make 37 cents on each site. So you put it on each one. Well, now we're figuring out after 2 years, that you can do the same thing on podcasts. We just give our podcast to Spotify. They put it everywhere. Guess who makes the 37 cents there? Spotify. So she's getting us logged in financially and legally with Apple Podcast and Amazon, so that when we post a podcast, we can post it direct to those places, and then we get 37 cents for each one. See how that adds up? So she's doing a lot of important stuff in there. She's got to focus. She got to do it right. She got to get it cleared up. But boy, when I sit in here and I'm 15 feet from her door, and I'll go, "Hey, Jules, can I?" She goes, "I'm busy." Well, I was just wondering if you... Not right now. Okay. Now, this has been going on for the past 3 or 4 weeks, as you might expect, because the office is done. Now, I kind of respect that, but every fucking time I ask for something, she's busy. Every time, all day long, I'm like, well, could you come see this or look at this? I want to show you something, or I got a question. Every time she's too busy? No. I call bullshit. I think she's hiding behind I'm busy doing my job, fuck off. Because that's what she says every single time. And yes, that is a perfect imitation. That's how she sounds. You guys think her voice is all wonderful and shiny and clean, and it's because of the filters that we run on these microphones. That's why. If her voice ever came across unfiltered, if you'd ever met her in real life, you'd know exactly what I'm saying. You'd walk up to me and go, "Damn, you married that? I know she's really pretty, so I'm putting up with the voice." But that's the voice that comes out of the study. That's the voice that comes out of her office. "I'm busy, asshole. Fuck off." Every time. So today, I asked her something and she didn't have time for me, and I waited. Until late this afternoon. I wasn't even doing anything. I wasn't doing anything important. I'm fiddle fucking around. And from the office, she goes, "Honey, I have a question about," and I said, "I'm busy. You'll have to wait." That's right. Turnabout is fair play. Finally got my dig in. That's right. I figure once every 3 or 4 weeks I'm allowed to throw up one of those. once in a while. It'll play that card. I'm busy too. So turns out we got part of the kid's birthday was he got a brand new phone. He did, for ladies and gentlemen, and she's running again.
Hey, guess what?
Why are you running in here?
Because I'm doing both jobs right now. So you got $5 from Eric Leroy. He said, just so Gen X mom can keep interrupting you.
You motherfucker. Eric, you gave her $5 just to interrupt I was in the middle of a goddamn story. Now I'm sorry, I'm busy. All right, hold on. We'll talk to the cell phone store in a minute. Flaxy, welcome. He's an extra Flaxy. I don't know if you're a guy or a girl, just says Flaxy. I'll assume you're a girl because it makes me feel better. Welcome aboard. Barry Dano, member for 8 months, bottom of the Glass Nation. Barry, where the fuck have you been, man? She's busy admiring my profile picture. She might be, Barry. You're her favorite. You're her favorite up there in Canada, favorite ship or two. Ron West, Let's Party General. My brother William Vest is pronounced, promoted to chief. Yeah, I said that. I typed it in there. I gave you the thumbs up. I said, my man. Dewey Osborne, is our world about to go postal? I hope not. Not quite yet, but we're getting close. But we have the Navy and the Army and the Marine Corps and the Air Force, so we'll win. Insurmountable Cali Cat, man for 2 months. General, the lounge couch in the ranks back is the harem girl couch. You got dibs on the right side corner. You need to be in the right corner of the couch because I can't go right. I can go left. So if you're on my right, I can go my left. I can go to my right. I can go right, but I can't go left. Some of you know what that means. I can't go right at all, not to save my life. But if you're on my right, my left side of I can go right. I can turn and go right. I can't go left. So if you're on the right side, Cal, if you're in the right corner, you're on the right side of the couch. You're good to go. If that's what you meant, I'm assuming you meant me. What else could you mean? Sir Sack Dagger, hey, General, where do you stand on Megadeth? Wasn't a Megadeth fan at all. Had some of my friends are huge into Megadeth and Metallica. I breezed through some of the Metallica stuff. Wasn't huge into Metallica or Megadeth, but I have no issues with them one way or the other. Be himself. What's up, Dudio? I told your kiddo that Clint Eastwood was the toughest actor ever. I love Clint Eastwood. I am a huge fan of that guy. Yeah, he's one tough son of a bitch. And she's fucking back again. What now?
Mark Wiedow, $40 for the supper and wine fun.
Wow. Wait a minute. He didn't say who that was for. I wonder if that's supper and wine for you or for me. Wait, did Mark Wiedow, did he just ask you on a date? Dinner and wine? But hold on a second. What the fuck is going on around here? Now you're interrupting me with a date for my wife? I'm going to have to do the over-the-top Stallone thing, turn my hat around and get serious. Some of you get that. Clint Eastwood. Connor Hendricks, new member. I'm one of the people in California that's getting out, moving to Florida in the summer. My man, Connor, when you've had enough, you got to go. I do understand that. Nemesis, okay, let's get the important stuff. What brand is your bourbon? There's many brands. I stick to Old Number 7, Jack Daniels, when I'm on the show. That's my staple. That's my thing. That's just where I am. I'm sorry. I like burgers and apple pie. I like Old Number 7 Jack Daniels, and I ride a Harley, and I watch baseball and football. That's just me, baby. That's just me. Disney Mama Sammy Joe, the ugly one, $2 whore. Yes, she got it. It's Lion. It is Lionheart is our $2 whore. All those little faces you see in there, those big, smiling, dumb, lost between the eyes, can't see what the fuck's going on. Those are all Lionheart's ugly mug. Yeah, it is. That's Lionheart's ugly mug. He's the $2 whore. His face is buried in Mrs. Fort Watton's ass. Shaped peaches. That's what's going on, just so you know. Mac Marie, I'm in Alaska. Food stocks are low and crime is increasingly bad. Last couple of weeks, I'm recovering from my heart attack one day at a time. Whoa. How come Alaska's having problems? I thought you guys were isolated from all that shit up there. That's not good news. Disney Mama Sammy Joe, did the skeleton always have a scarf? Skeleton's got... Oh, yeah. He does have a scarf. I didn't notice that. I don't know. Look, do you think I know what the fuck's going on behind me? I barely know what's going on in the fucking front of me, let alone behind me. I didn't know I don't know. Does that mean it's a chick or something? Is it a chick skeleton? I don't know. You guys got me all fucked up on that. Romy, member for 8 months, bottom of the Glass Nation. I love Romy. I hate fucks. Did you change something in your settings? For some reason, I cannot rewind or fast forward the live stream. It's only during your lives. When I watch anything else, I can still rewind. You guys brought that up last time. So today, when I set up, I went through very carefully, and every button that I clicked for each setup, I made sure that it didn't say anything about rewinding or fast forward. I don't know. I don't know why that's doing that. I will look a little deeper. I thought that I hit last time you guys brought this up. I thought I fucked up and I just clicked something too fast when I was going through it, right? But this time I went through very carefully, made sure that everything was right where it's supposed to be. So there must be some sort of permanent setting that got fucked with. I do apologize. I didn't even know that rewinding and fast forwarding was a thing until you guys brought it up. Steel Walto, did you play any instruments? No, I don't. Barry Dano, won't be here long since 3 this morning. Had to be at work for 6 tomorrow. Sinatra Fund. My man, Barry Dano, $20 towards the Sinatra Fund. Don't get no better than that. All right, Ron Vest dropped in at $1.99. He wanted to see who the $2 whore was tonight. Stephen Amador, I'd like to see the podcast with a guest. I'd like to see podcast with guests. The general can get not just live streams, which I love. We're doing that now. Yeah, we've actually got the gear to take phone calls, and I've got a few set up. I'm actually going to put them down, and I do know some people from just being alive this long and growing up. Some people have risen to important positions in life, and luckily they still consider me a friend. And I said, I'd like to record your voice and exploit you, and they said, of course, we would love to be exploited, as all my friends feel. Randall Oliver. Randall Oliver, he is impatient. What do you think about what's going on in NATO right now? Can we please talk some politics, please? I'll put some money down if you talk some politics with me. I know I have a few things in the picture section. I'll try to get to them in a little bit. They are politically, but they're not as deep as you probably want to go. We're trying to go deeper on politics during the world shows. And the world shows are Mondays and Fridays at 10 a.m. Los Angeles time on the West Coast. If you're at Hollywood time, Los Angeles, USA, then it's 10 a.m. on Mondays and Fridays. And we try to go politics where I tell the rest of the world what I see at street level here, and then I ask you guys what the fuck is going on, and because we have people at 10 o'clock in the morning, it's 6 o'clock in England, 7 o'clock like in Germany. You know what I'm saying? So those people are just off work, and they'll share some stuff. They'll tell me some stuff that I'm not going to hear on the news. I dig that. I dig those world shows. I have to hone them in a little better because I get lost on the topics. I start talking about weird, stupid shit, and I gotta stay focused because I have so much to learn from people over there. But when you're talking about that Randall Oliver, yeah, that's the ones. Mondays and Fridays. We dabble in politics here. We piss everybody off here. We'll do 10 or 15 minutes on sports, and people will complain, stop talking about football. I swear to God, I'm unsubscribing. Then we go 10 or 15 minutes on politics. Quit fucking talking politics. I swear to God, I'm unsubscribing. No matter what I do, there's always some asshole out there who's going to bitch and complain that they don't like the segment we're on. Well, go fuck yourself. I can't help that. I can't sit here and cater to everybody's fucking needs. So the only thing I can do is I can cater to my needs. Nobody pleases me like I do. And that's all I can do, and hope that it's interesting stuff to you guys. I don't stray too far off topic. I don't sit and talk to you about my reoccurring dreams where I'm sitting on a golden pyramid and there's 1,000 naked women below me throwing pickles at me. How many times have I even told about that dream? Happens every night. 2 o'clock in the morning, same dream. Have I discussed that with you? Have I gone down that road? Isn't that a rabbit hole you'd like to discuss? No, you wouldn't. So we don't talk about it. We stick to things that are fairly recent in life. I try not to go off topic unless it's going to be really funny or interesting. And now you got me on one of those things right goddamn now. I'll do the best I can, Oliver. Oh. And you see, we did the Robin Williams cocaine moment. Doug Vanderhoop, $10 for the whiskey fund. Thank you, Doug. I appreciate that. I really, really do. I do. CPAP, never watch your lives, but I love your short videos. It's nice to know there's still some sense in the world. Subbing up now. CPAP, thanks, man. CPAP, didn't, I think I commented on one of your comments today. It was my turn to go through some of the comments on. I think I did. We'll have to see. Zona Cat. Hey, General, just want to say thank you. You always are being there for, sorry. Hey, General, I just want to say thank you for always being there for my mom. And I appreciate the community that you've created, and you guys are the fucking best, bottom of the glass nation. Thank you, Zona Cat. I appreciate that. I'm just going to call you Zona if that's okay. We're on a first name basis now. Yeah. I always like hearing from people that are paying attention. They don't just have us in the background when they're scrubbing their floors or washing their car outside. And I don't mind that, but it's when people actually say, hey, I was paying attention, you said something, thank you for that. I like that a lot. CPAP, what kind of truck do you drive? An old Chevy pickup. And if I have my way, I'm getting an even older one soon. Romy 13, ran for 8 months. I covered that. Barry Dano covered that. Tyler Money, will you and your boy have a meet and greet anytime? I'd love to get authentic response out of you. The next one we're doing, we're so busy during the holidays, the next big meet and greet is in Las Vegas. It's in Las Vegas, January, it's the 13th, 14th, and 15th, but it's really the 12th through the 16th, although the 12th and the 16th are travel days. The numbers are growing huge, and there's so many people that live in Vegas that we found out about that are just driving over for the big meet and greet. There's a schedule that's going to go up, but if you want to block out some time, that's going to be pretty fucking big. Those 3 days, Gen X Mom's got some stuff lined out, like not packed every day where you got to go here, got to go there. No. Just like, okay, on this day, we got 2 times we're meeting. One's kind of a day thing we're all going to do together, and then we can meet back up for dinner and drinks, that kind of thing. And the next day is kind of the same deal. There's a few things woven in there, but it's not pressure. You're not running all over town. We're not screaming and doing 35 things a day. No. The main thing is for all of us to get together in one place where we can take pictures, we can shake hands, we can meet each other. I've got to do some sort of name tag thing with who we are, like, with your name. Like if we don't recognize you because you don't put your picture up, at least you got to have your name on there. Whatever your screen name or whatever it is in here, you got to do that. That way we can go, oh, we can all put faces with the name. It's going to be good. I mean, I don't think it's going to increase the kids' viewership any, but I do think that it's going to solidify the bottom of the glass nation, because she's doing, Gen X Mom's doing some t-shirts just for the event, doing some stickers just for the event. Anybody who goes, we're going to pass some of those out. It's going to be just who are there. I would not like to miss that and then be able to, I would hate to miss it and then be walking around going, shit, I should have gone for that, because some of the best stories come out of Vegas. You guys know that already. All right. Disney Mama Sammy Joe, I bet you haven't worn the shirt yet. I do. I wear it at night. It's when I feel closest to you, Sammy. It's at nighttime. I can cuddle up with the shirt. It'd be better if it smelled like you, but it doesn't. Bad Ed 1357. Did your son create this via the original videos? Yeah, this was a byproduct. He was going on TikTok live streams, and it just everything branched over into YouTube about 6 months after he had actually started doing this really, really heavily on TikTok. And then when we got over here to YouTube, it was a really different feel over here. We did some live streams over here, but it wasn't the run and gun and shoot ones like he does on TikTok. Over here, it was different and it was special. And I started doing them solo as he's like, Dad, we got to go on 3 times a week. Can you go on? Yeah. And it just started talking to people, and I realized this is like kind of sitting around a bar. It's like sitting around a campfire. I'm talking, you're talking, we're discussing things. Yeah, we all kind of move that same direction. I like that very much. I like talking with you folks very much. So yeah, I'm on board with that. And it did come from this. Ben Quesnel says, I'd have to be. I don't think he's referring to Georgia. I think he's talking about something that somebody else was saying. So I'm going to let that one go. All right. So we've distracted me in the sheets enough. Okay. Literally, Gen X Mom can keep copy and pasting stuff from the comment section in the sheets, and I could just keep reading the sheets all night, or I could just read the comment section and read it myself. The point is that she's going to put stuff in there. I'm getting to what I can, but I had something to tell you. The cell phone thing, remember? That was a half hour ago now. All right, so I am actually moving off of the sheets for a minute and going to go here. Okay, so we talked about Gen X Mom being non-responsive. We talked about how when I yell for her, she's like, just a minute, I'm fucking busy. And it never comes to fruition. I never get to see her. She's always too busy for me. Finally, I got to say, I'm too busy. Leave me the fuck alone. That's where our story begins. I think it's going to end at the bottom of this glass. Anybody drinking with me? I'd like to know right now. Bottle dropped off in $2. Thanks, my man. Okay, so one of the gifts that the kid got for his birthday was a cell phone. He bought a new cell phone. And he's actually, for a kid his age, he's very patient. He really is. I would have said, if it was, let's race down to the store. Let's go right down to the store. Let's go right in there. Like, get one down. Let me pick one out. Let me get a case. Turn it on. Give me the phone. He's not like that. To his credit, he says, hey, Tina Plexico from Mexico buys her gas at Texaco. Hi, Tina. So he just said, yeah, we'll get a phone. It's good. He picked one out. And Gen X Mom ordered it. Came in the mail. Now, I've gotten phones before. You get them in the mail. As you guys know, it took me 4 months or whatever to even turn on my phone. I didn't want it. My old phone was just fine. This was a pressure gig from, it was a conspiracy, a coup from the kid and Gen X Mom. So he got his phone, and they couldn't make it work. It's an iPhone. He went to the dark side. He left me. I've been an Android guy forever. He left me. He finally went over to his sisters, have iPhones. His mother has an iPhone. I'm sure he's going to get a little bejeweled case for it and everything. Probably has something to do with his girlfriend. His girlfriend probably has an iPhone too. So it wouldn't work. You turn it on, the little Apple logo, I guess, comes on. Welcome to Apple and the stuff, and then it lets you start doing things. And it got stuck in what it was called recovery mode. And they couldn't get it out of recovery mode, and they plugged it into a Mac product in recovery mode. And there was glimpses of things, and they were looking on the internet and following instructions, couldn't get it done. So Gen X Mom finally calls T-Mobile, I guess who are on T-Mobile now since they bought Sprint, and they talked to her for like 45 minutes, and they couldn't get it going. They said, call Apple. So they call Apple. And Apple says, Apple's on the phone with her an hour. You got to go to T-Mobile. She goes, T-Mobile sent me to you. So they give a special number to T-Mobile. Now, at this point, she calls in a T-Mobile, and now they're messing with the account because they're going to do something with the phone, like return the phone. And I said, well, is the phone refurbished or something? Did you get a refurbished phone, a rebuilt phone, a remanufactured phone? Because it sounds like it's already been turned on before, and it's a little fucked up. And she was asking them that, and they said no. But you don't know that. Someone could have opened it up, fucked with it, put it back in the box and gone, I want my money back, and I promised I've never opened it. I never touched it. Everything's fine. Who knows? They could have sunk it in water or gin for all I know. Anyway, so she comes over with the phone. After I've already told her I'm busy, don't bother me. And remember, I'm not doing anything. I'm just fucking around. And she says, she's got it on speakerphone. And she says, this is Amy, and Amy needs to talk to you. And I said, so on the speakerphone, of course, Gen X Mom's standing right next to me right here, and she's holding it. I said, hey, Amy. And she goes, is this Mr. So-and-so? Yeah, it is. She goes, well, I'd like to get authorization to be able to talk to your wife about your account. And I said, no. And she said, excuse me? I said, why would I want my wife messing with my account? I don't have her on my account for a reason. And she goes, really? I said, no, I'll probably let her be on. I'm just fucking with you, but it's all bullshit. And I began to tell this woman that how my day is going with her not responding, but I have to respond. And now because it's important, she walks over here and I have to stop what I'm doing and talk to the T-Mobile lady because it's important. And of course, the lady's laughing on the phone. I said, all right. I said, I'll probably give her permission. She goes, well, it is your son's phone. And I said, fuck that kid and fuck his phone. I don't give a shit. First of all, it's an iPhone. Second of all, it's my son. Who gives a shit? I don't care. My phone works just fine. So I don't give a shit if this phone ever works. Now she's laughing her ass off because that's funny. And on top of her laughing her ass off, and on top of it being funny, she goes, well, you know what's really funny, sir, is I talk to my son the same way. That's really great. So I finished talking to her about the stuff, and she goes, you know, you sound very familiar. And I said, well, if you look up Gen X Talks, my kid's channel, and I think she looked it up. She clicked while we were talking, and she goes, oh, my God. Is that really you? And I said, yeah, I'm the guy with the beard. And she goes, are you kidding me? Is it really you? I said, yeah, it's Gen X Talk. She goes, oh my God, this is so great. I feel like I'm talking to a celebrity. And I said, well, you're not. I promise you, you're not talking to a celebrity. She goes, this is the part that got me. She goes, yeah, you're right. Your kid's more popular than you are. Is he around? That's what she told me. I said, I'm not a celebrity. Everything's fine. She goes, yeah, you're right. Your kid's more famous than you. Where is he? Is he now? I got my feelings hurt a little bit. Well, a little bit. Do a little bit. Gen X mom is now trying to control her laughter. She's busting at the seams because I've totally stepped on my dick. So they walk off and they're both laughing. She's laughing, Amy's laughing, or whatever her name is. I can hear her on the speakerphone. They go off in the other room, and all I'm doing is sitting there going, I knew I shouldn't have taken that call. I should have told them both, I'm too fucking busy right now. Leave me alone. I knew it was going to turn out bad. I fucking knew it. That's what I should have done. Should have done it that way, and I didn't. Fucked the whole thing up. So, all right, Gen X mom, you can come back in now. What do you want? That's because when she walked in the middle of my story, I went like this, and I go, like, don't fucking do it again. I'm telling a story. Okay, what do you want, precious?
I have a couple PayPals. $20
You know,
from...
you haven't said hello to me or anything tonight. You just come in here bursting stuff. You haven't said, hey, how you doing?
Hey, Gen X Dad.
Hey.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Well, you don't got to talk like that right
How are you
now.
doing?
Just talk normal. You know what that does to me.
Okay, so $20 from the Disney Kid for the
yeah.
General's Ice Cream Fund. Hope they don't mess up your order this time. Your extras salute you with sharp-looking hat on.
See? Now, Disney. Now, you know what's bad is the Disney Kid. I can never match the hats that he wears.
They're cool.
I know.
Fedoras.
Yeah. He wears them perfectly, too.
Yes. $5 from Mike Perkins. Time for Mom to say hi again.
No. Okay, you guys, stop. You guys got it. Oh, and everyone's sexy mama. Well, you just turned on Lionheart, but you could do that with a wink and a smile, I think. Lionheart, we got Lionheart's attention. Well, Alan, it's not a blush face, but she does that. She comes in with her, she knows what she does like that. She does that little sexy thing. She's already walking around in her pajamas, which means no bra, so the girls are moving free. I catch on to that. I think she has a little hiccup in her giddy up as she walks over just so they'll move differently. Then she sits down and does that routine. She knows what she's doing. She knows. All you women know. You act like you don't know, but you know. Every one of you knows. You pretend like you don't know what's going on. What are you talking about? We're not trying to be sexy. Ron Vest, $1.99. Disney Mama Sam and Joe, are you guys ever coming out my way? Massachusetts, yeah. As a matter of fact, we'll stop right there. We are. We're all going to Las Vegas in the middle of January. Then we have to be back in Las Vegas for the Pro Bowl, something going on there with Danielson around the 3rd of February. Then we are all going to Reno for 4 days or so, the April 2nd, the weekend of April 2nd and 3rd, I think it is. And then we are for sure going in late spring, the beginning of summer, probably around May, end of April to the middle of May. We are taking a road trip and we're going back east. I don't know the dates. I don't know the places, but I usually, when I go on those road trips, I head south. I go through Arizona, New Mexico. I'm going to stop by and see Frank Blee, go through and hit the top of Louisiana, the top of Florida, work my way up through the Smoky Mountains and the Blue Ridge Highway. That's the route I take. And I got to show the kids some stuff up there. Got to go to the traditional sites. Got to stop at Gettysburg. I got to show them the Mississippi River. There's some stuff I got to do that I haven't done with him that I need to do as a father. So we're going up there, and then we'll be back. So that's about May, right there, the middle of May. We'll probably be back home for the summer because we're doing some Gen X Talks barbecues at the house, invitation only, but they're going to be good. And we'll set up 3 of those in the summer. But then come the end of summer, next winter, we are going out to Virginia for about 7 to 10 days. I will be the best man at a wedding, one of my best friends of all time, known him since we were little kids. And I don't even know why Mrs. Four asked me this. I texted Mrs. Four and I said, hey, just so you know, I know it's in the future, but we're heading out that way. And she asked me, Mrs. Four goes, are you going to fly? Now, what would it matter to Mrs. Four how I get there as long as I get there? Why would she care? I don't know why she cares. She's got something written down. And I said, I don't know, probably Gen X mom. And she's like, well, I think she could probably drug you up. And like she's plotting out a course. Well, if we give him this many Ambien, this many Xanax, this many shots of whiskey, I think he'll be unconscious for 5 hours. That's 1 hour, then 3 hours to fly, and then 2 hours in loading. And she's got like this whole thing planned out in her head, I think. But the problem is once she conveys it to Gen X mom, once they link their brains, I'm fucked. I'm done. So I'm probably going to fly. But Mrs. Four asked me to remind everybody why I don't fly. And I'm going to tell you the no-fly story in just a minute. Let me go through some of these. So, yes, Disney Mama, we're coming out there. Ace Jumpman, $2, getting to the party late. Good evening, General. Ace, thanks for showing up, my man. I appreciate you being here. There's plenty of room in the ranks filling up. Diver Monkey, member for 8 months. Bottom of the Glass Nation. Good evening, Gen X family. Bottom of the Glass Nation, ladies and gents. Diver Monkey, man, it's been a minute. You should have been back here sooner. Steel Walt, $1.99, trying to see who the $2 whore is. See, the jar is so fucked up right now. Everybody take a minute and look at the jar. Right here where my hand is. You see that? Look at that jar. I can't tell how many of those things are Mrs. Fort Watton's ass-shaped peaches or how many of them are Lionheart's ugly mug. But they're all pressed together like a big Roman orgy. And you guys have seen pictures. They painted pictures of Roman orgies. We've all seen them before. And that's what it looks like. Until somebody comes in with anything over like $25, then it blows that fucking thing up. And I mean, it'll launch asses and faces like you've never seen. But we haven't had one of those tonight, so we're still waiting on that. Loud one, $5. Make sure you take the kid to Fort McHenry. I got to do that, Loud one. You're right, my man. I do. Disney Mama Sammy Joe, too much lion. Yeah, I know. I could probably do so. I'll wait to see if anybody comes in there and knocks them out. Let's see if they do. Has become a member. So look at that. Another green little goo guy. Pong. Whoa, he did a little damage. He did a little damage there. Got some of those Lionheart faces out of there. Loud one. Disney kid wishes his hat was an Iowa 80 hat. I don't know if he wishes that much, but he does have some cool hats. Look at all that shit going on there. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, and then more of those ugly lion mugs. That ugly lion face. I should have never let that happen for the $2 whore. I should have picked somebody pretty. Shouldn't we have had a pretty face up against Mrs. Fort Watton's ass? Shaped peaches? I think so. Loudwan McHenry, there we go. How long has it been since a cop wrote her a ticket? Oh, yeah. Gen X mom has only had like one ticket her whole life. And I mean one ticket. And when she was younger, she had very creative ways of getting out of tickets when she was a young girl. She never got caught for anything. And she got a lead foot. If there was a bumper sticker that says, I drive with my foot in the carburetor, I'd put it on her fucking bumper. Now, what do you mean you don't know what a carburetor is? You do. I drive like my foot's in the carburetor. You don't know what a carburetor is? How did you get on this program? How do you hang out and listen when I'm using common terminology in the parlance of our times and you get lost on words like carburetor? This is for anybody the under age of like 35. Fuck. I got to keep drinking just to keep up with you kids. All right, look. Leave, go to Google, look up what a carburetor is, try to figure out how it works. When you can come back and tell me what a Venturi is and how it operates, then you can stay for the program. But you're still staying at the fucking little kids table. I can't stop story time and explain common words to you fuckers. Carburetor. Fuck. God, tell me I'm not the only one. There's got to be, you guys, everybody else knows, right? Please tell me that half the room didn't just leave to go look that up. Please tell me with a show of hands you knew what a carburetor was. You got that. Oh, for God's sakes. Christ almighty, it's like playing cards with my brother's kids or something. Oh, the big L up here. Loud one, $5. Carbs and nitrous party time. My man, he knew. They're right there. Loud one knew. The hell, man. He knows what's going on. All right. So, the airplane story. Yeah. I used to fly all the time. When I was a kid, my parents, we flew places and did stuff. When I was a young man, I would always get flown to tech schools and things when I was in automotive, working at the dealerships. And so I didn't care about flying. I was very used to it. And at this particular time, we were living in Las Vegas, and I had a tech school. There's actually two stories in here, two in one. On the Mazda Millennia. I don't think they even make those anymore. But the Mazda Millennia. And I had to fly to Phoenix. It was like a 3-day school. And so the first part of the story is the Mazda Millennia, or yeah, that's what it's called, Millennia, was supposed to be their flagship luxury car. It was much better than the Mazda 929. It was bigger, heavier. All the A pillars and stuff were filled with like this rubber foam, so it was really a heavy car. It was really a quiet car. It didn't get blown around the road. It was actually pretty decent for a Japanese import car. Now, a side story on the side story. The main story is the airplane story. The side story is what I was doing at the tech school, and the side story to the side story is why there was even a Mazda Millennia. Because you guys, everybody pretty much knows that a lot of the car manufacturers had two car lines, and sometimes they were the luxury car line. And just for example, Ford has Lincoln. That is their luxury car line. Who was it? Toyota has Lexus. Same car, same parts, and a lot of it, but it's Lexus. It's their luxury line. Honda is Acura. I think Nissan is Infiniti. They're all the same car manufacturer, but they have a separate line of cars. Okay, so Mazda was going to do the same thing. They spent a bunch of money, and they were going to have Amati, A-M-A-T-I, Amati dealerships all over the country, all over the world, Amatis. And they were going to have Amati cars just like they have Infinitis, and just like they have Lexus, and they have a whole new line of car. And it was going to be by Mazda, but it was going to say Mazda nowhere on it. It was Amati. And they scrapped the whole deal. I don't know why they did. They scrapped it. No more Amatis. No more car dealerships. They had really gone far into the planning. There were some places that were even buying land and signing up to be Amati dealers. So you guys don't even know this, but we were that close to having thousands of Amati dealers all over the place. Well, their flagship, beautiful luxury car, and then they had 6 models below it. The lowest of the Amatis, the lowest car line of the luxury nice cars, they turned into the Mazda Millennia because even their shittiest car was better than Mazda's nicest car. You follow? So that's what they did, and that's how Mazda ended up with the Millennia. And it was a weird engine design. It was called a Miller Cycle engine, which the Miller Cycle engine had been used on stationary motors on farms since like the 40s. And they come along and they discovered this patent, and they're like, we could use this on a car. And American farmers like, we've been using this shit forever. This is nothing new. And it didn't work very well, and it didn't do what they thought it was going to do. It was fucking noisy as fuck. Anyway, so I had to fly to Phoenix to be trained on a Mazda Millennia because it was a different gig. And so while I was there, this was the last day. We got to tech school in the morning, and the last day, and they said, okay, you guys can leave as soon as you're done with this last assignment. And they wanted us to physically take apart the top part of an engine and replace a knock sensor, just a sensor in the engine, and it was buried. And it was like, fuck, why are we doing this? I mean, well, you've never done one before. Well, not on this car, but it's nuts and bolts. Things come apart. You put it, but we just want to make sure you can do it. It's like, fuck, I don't want to be down here. You know, it's a 7-hour job, easy. And you're not getting paid to do it. You just go to the school and you get your certificate. And they had actually installed. What they had done is they had gone in there and they had clipped. There's 2 wires that went to this knock sensor way down in the engine, and they had clipped one of the wires. So you had to go down there, repair the wire, replace the knock sensor, and be done. And I had seen, I didn't know that they'd cut the wires. I found that out later. But because you can't see it, it's buried under this fucking compressor. It's a 7-hour job. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I'm not fucking doing this. And there's 25 of us, and we're at this facility where they have all these things, these racks set up and equipment and tools. And I wanted to go home. And I was young. Okay, I was a young guy. I was arrogant as fuck. I already knew that I was faster and smarter than all the guys I was working with. I was just an arrogant fucking piece of shit. I was very talented on cars. Cars could come in. There was an era of cars before computers told you areas to go look for problems. Now you can scan. It'll tell you, well, look over here in this circuit, in this area along. This is the system that's giving you problems. Before, you didn't have that. You just had to figure out, you had a flash code that says, car's not running right, go fix it. It was called no-code drivability, and you actually had to put your brain into gear and a process of elimination until you got there, and I was very fast at it. I was very talented at that back in the day. Not so much anymore, but back then I was. And I didn't want to be there. I thought this is stupid. It's ridiculous, and I'm fucking done with this mess. I don't give a shit about it. And they said, well, you got to be, every dealership has to have a Mazda Millennia certified technician, or they can't have their dealership license. And your dealership sent you here, and you need to get that certificate, and you need to do this job. So you get in the car and turn it on, and it's got a check engine light on, and sure enough, that code's on there, and you clear the code, and it comes right back because it cut the fucking wire, I found out later. So I sat there for about 20 minutes in that car just fuming, going, how do I get the fuck out of here? So I looked at the wiring schematic, and I found the color code of the two wires that went all the way down in the engine to the sensor. And then I found out where those two wires were. It was in this big harness, had about 30 wires in it, so I opened up this harness, and I found the two wires that went to that sensor. And I followed these wires down till it was kind of in a little bit of a hidden place, a little bit out of the way, not like right on top where you can see it. And I cut those two wires. And I went up to the parts counter and I asked for my part like you're supposed to. You turn a little form. They give you the new sensor. And I went down there and I got two little end connectors and I quickly soldered them on and I plugged it in. And I took this sensor and I hid it down inside where it doesn't supposed to go. But now there's a new sensor connected to the wires. The computer doesn't know if I actually screwed it into the place it went. It just knows that there's a sensor working now. So I went in there and I cleared the code, went back up to the instructor. Maybe an hour and a half had gone by. People hadn't even got their shit torn down yet. Now, one of the mechanic had their stuff even torn all the way down, and they're working fast. When you look down that row of cars, it was assholes and elbows. That's all you could see, with people under that hood just ripping and tearing, getting the shit done. They all wanted to go home too. So the kit of things that it comes with, you get new gaskets, new hoses, new O-rings, because you're ripping a lot of shit apart, and it comes with new fluids. You got to add new coolant to it. So when you go to the parts counter, they don't just give you the one sensor. They give you the whole package of everything you're going to need to finish the job. I put all that shit in the trunk. It was all brand new. I just put it in the trunk, locked the trunk, went up there, did my job, came and got the instructor, who was like the main instructors didn't hang around. It was one of the younger guys, and I said, hey, I'm done. I'm going home. And he said, what? You can't be done yet. You've just been not even 2 hours. I said, go check. So the guy goes and looks at this no check engine light on. He looks with his scanner, checks the codes, clears the codes, no codes, everything's fine. He goes, what? So he opens up the hood. He's looking around. He goes, doesn't look like you took anything apart. I said, well, looks can be deceiving, buddy, but truthfully, if I hadn't replaced that sensor, wouldn't there be a code right now? He goes, well, yeah. Now, remember, this is the younger guy, so I'm kind of trying to overtalk him, outsmart him. I'm 23 or something, and this guy's 30, but he's still the younger guy. And I said, look, man, I said, I'm not going to sit here while you tear it all back down again and inspect it. I'm fucking leaving. I left. I got on the plane. Everybody was fucking pissed. People, the guys that I got into class with, they're mad. They're angry. How come I get to leave? They're going to be there till 7 or 8 o'clock at night. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm fucking getting on a plane. I'm out of there. I'm done. So that's where that story ends at the moment. So I go to, it's in Phoenix. I go gather my gear. I catch a cab, get over to the airport. Now, in Phoenix, as some airports are, the plane's nose right up to the terminal. This terminal was a little bit higher. You can look down. I can see right across the top of the plane. Just that's how it's set up. So the plane comes up, and we're like trying to get on the plane. They're like, can't get on the plane. It's not ready. The plane's not ready. You can't go. And I'm like, okay, what the fuck is going on? And I can see into the cockpit. There's two mechanic-looking dudes in there. They got their blue jumpsuits on, and they got a book out, and they're flipping pages, and they're looking, and they're flipping pages, and they're looking, and I'm like, fuck, man, they're really having a hard time with this one. Now, I don't know what's going on. They didn't tell me shit, of course, and I didn't ask, but they're having a hard time figuring this one out. So finally, one of the dudes, for some reason, comes walking up and comes inside. I said, hey, man, just the fuck's going on? He goes, we have an indicator light on the dashboard that we can't get the light to go. We're trying to get the light to go out. Once the light goes out, you're clear to get back on. We're good to go. You can leave. I said, well, perhaps we shouldn't be trying to make the light go out. perhaps we should be trying to solve the problem so the light goes out on its own. I don't want you motherfuckers unscrewing the light bulb and going, hey, the bulb's out, let's go. Whatever system it's indicating is a problem, let's go back and fix the system. I mean, I said that to the guy. He laughed and goes, we got it, buddy. You know what the fuck you're talking about. I said, no, maybe I don't. But common sense is telling me something's fucked up here. So we sat there, I bet another 2 hours while they tried to figure this shit out. Everybody's pissed. Everybody's trying to leave on other flights now. So finally, they get us on board. And you guys have all flown them before. The plane's humming along, and I turn on the fan in my face and the lights inside. And I don't know a lot about planes. I'll admit that right now. So I've heard different stories of people telling me what really happened. And so I'll go along with some of it, I guess. When they disconnect, the battery car comes up and they disconnect, the lights flicker. I got that. But our engines were already running. They were, we sat there. Engines are running. Okay. Then, when they disconnect or do something, the lights flicker. We're sitting there. We haven't even pushed back yet, and all of a sudden the plane goes flicker, and everything shuts off. You hear the pilot up front. So that fucking little car comes back out. I'm giving myself fucking anxiety just telling you the story again. I swear to Christ. Mrs. Four, I should not be telling the story. All right. So, stupid little battery car comes back out. I'm guessing, I saw it come out, but it plugs back in and everything comes back on, and they wait a couple minutes. I'm guessing they're letting the battery charge, and then all of a sudden the pilot with it still hooked up, jet starts going. Engine starts coming again. Guy unplugs, lights flicker, but stays running. Said, okay. Now I'm starting to get nervous. Now, when we fix a car, when we repair a car, we test drive it. We go around the block a few times, or we go down the freeway and back. I mean, if you've brought the car in for a specific problem, I try to go back when I'm done and duplicate it. If you say at 60 miles an hour the car does this, I want to drive it before, identify the problem, correct the problem. I want to drive it again, the same condition, make sure it's done. It takes time, but it makes sure that everything's done right. That's how I've always done it. So they fixed the problem. The light went out, I guess. We all got in the fucking plane. And then here we are having a problem, and we haven't even pushed back yet. So I went up to one of the male stewards. Is that what you call him, a steward, a flight attendant dude? And I said, hey, man, you guys want to run this around the block a few times before you give it to us? I mean, you want to check with maintenance? Maybe they want to test it to make sure everything's okay. Just fly around the airport a couple times, land. We'll wait. He said, don't be ridiculous, sir. Everything's fine. I go, it didn't seem fine. So we push back and we're out there. And for some reason, now we've been to this airport 4 or 5 fucking hours. And now we're in the taxiway, and it's just packed with planes. And it must have taken a half an hour to go 200 yards. And then all of a sudden, the lights flicker and the engines go. Again, the pilot. And there we are. Now I'm fucking going out of my mind. The little battery car comes out, plugs back in, charges the battery, we fire it back up, and I'm like, you better be turning this fucking plane around and going right back to where we're going. Right back to the terminal. Nah, well, fine. Once we get the engine run, I've said, oh, fuck that bullshit. This has happened 3 times now. No, turn around. Wouldn't do it. Now, I'm not the only motherfucker on this plane that is feeling a little concerned at this time. I don't know what all this shit means. I don't know why it quits. In my head, it feels like a fucking, it feels like a fucking electrical problem to me. But I don't know. I don't know shit. I thought once a jet engine lit off, it was good to go, baby. Until you shut it down, it was good to go. But what do I know? So anyway, had to say something about my dogs. Anyway, they get on the runway and they take off. And I mean, we're climbing and we're going and everyone's sitting there and I'm like, all right. Now you got to remember from Phoenix to Vegas, as soon as you get up to cruising altitude, they tell you, put your seatbelt back on, we're landing. I mean, it's nothing. I want to say it's a 20-minute flight. I'm sure it's longer than that, but it's just nothing. It's a really quick flight. So we climb. We may get, I want to say 4 minutes into it. Wasn't very long. And as we're still climbing, we're not flat yet. We're climbing. Guess what? The lights fucking flicker. Click, 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 click. The plane goes dead silent. And to me, we were falling straight down nose fucking first. Now, I'm sure we weren't. I'm sure we were just falling, as and moving forward to some degree. I'm sure it was just, like you do, like you see. But to me, it felt like we were fucking going nose down. And again, pilot. No fucking little battery car coming now, is it? And I looked at the stewardess and she was scared. Now I knew things were fucked. And right as that guy, one drunk guy in the very back of the plane yelled, "Try it again! Try it again!" I felt like yelling too. I knew we were dead. There's nothing you can do. You can't jump out. You know what the thing I thought of was? You know what the dumb thing I thought of is like, okay, so this is just like an elevator. Now I've planned for this. If the elevator falls right as it hits the bottom, if I jump just as straight up as hard as I can, instead of hitting at 60 miles an hour, maybe I'll hit at 20 miles an hour. I just got to jump. So there I am thinking, no matter what happens at the last minute, I should jump out of the plane. That's what was going through my mind. I don't know how I was going to fucking do that. I didn't get that far. But I remember thinking, okay, you're going to have to time this and jump. Time this and jump. It's all that went through my fucking head. And here comes the ground. All of a sudden, that motherfucker hits that ignition switch again, and it lit, and it took off, and we went whoom, back up again. And I mean, it felt like we climbed as high as we could climb just in case, so we'd have plenty of time to think about shit on our next trip down to the earth. Nobody said a fucking thing. No other problems with the engine. We made it all the way to Las Vegas. We got to McCarran Airport. And I think that the pilot actually had a problem landing because before he touched down, right as we were 20 feet from the ground, every motherfucker in that plane was at the front of the plane. I think we were nose heavy at that point, looking back. Because everybody was pushing towards the front of the fucking plane. Everybody wanted off. And nobody was saying a word. Nobody was screaming and yelling. This wasn't Airport 77. There wasn't everybody screaming, no. We just knew we wanted off the fucking plane. Right goddamn now in a big hurry. So plane lands, taxis over there. As soon as that door opens, everybody busts through the door and runs down the gangplank all the way into the terminal. Nobody turns around and cusses out the airline. Nobody turns around and says what happened. Nobody, you know how you go by and the captain opens the door to the cabin? He's like, well, have a nice day. That motherfucker stayed in there with the door locked until everybody was gone. No shit. I never did find out what happened that day. I've heard a lot of explanations from airplane guys, smarter than me. I have no fucking idea what happened. But I know what happened. I just don't know what caused it. And from that day on, I cannot get on a fucking airplane. I just can't do it. I cannot get into. I can't fucking do it. I've tried several times and backed out and said, nope, not flying, and rented a car. The worst one was that we took all the kids to Florida. I told you the story. We flew to Florida, and Jennick's mom was like, you're going. We have reservations. We're going to be gone like 9 or 10 days. You're going to go. And so she gave me, I think it was 7 Xanax and 4 shots of whiskey. I still didn't get knocked out until the plane was in the air. I don't have a problem with landing or taking off. I'm good with that. You can take off and do whatever you want. And you can be landing. We can be coming down at 300 miles. I'm fine. It's in the air when you hit those bumps and shakes and shit like that and you hear the plane doing shit. As a mechanic, I'm thinking shit's falling apart. That's the part I can't do. Takeoff and landings, I'm fine. No problem at all. And I flew to Florida, but on the way back from Florida, I couldn't do it. I said, I'm getting in a car, I'm driving back. And my oldest son goes, yeah, road trip with Dad. This is going to be awesome. We're going to road trip. Let's take 5 days, 6 days, and come home. And Jennick's mom was like, you motherfucker. You're going to let me land in LAX with all these kids and all this luggage? And I went, hire somebody. I can't do this. I can't get on the plane. And at the very last second, as they were closing up that plane, my son and I ran down there and got on the plane. I sat in the seat, no alcohol, no Xanax, no drugs, and I grabbed it and I white-knuckled it, breathing like this the whole way back. And I can't fly. I cannot fucking fly since that one thing. It just, I don't know. Yeah, it's like Kelly says, Dewey says, it's the sudden stop at the end. Well, was it that one comedian said? He goes, how much fuel do you think we got? He goes, just enough to get us to the crash site. He says, I'll bet we'll beat the ambulance there by half an hour. Oh, look who's back. Before you get... Is that not pretty much how it happened?
Yes, exactly how it happened. He is absolutely petrified of flying. Hates being in an airplane because he's not in control.
Whoa, now why?
That's what it is.
You were doing so good, and then you had to throw that part in there about me being in control.
Yeah, whatever. Okay.
Couldn't you have just said that it's, there's circumstances of the elements that are,
Okay. Yeah, whatever. $3 from Greg in North Carolina. He did not say where those funds are going.
That $3 goes towards the whiskey fund, my man. Greg, thank you very much for PayPal.
And you need to check your sheets.
All right, Mom. I'll check the sheets, but I was telling a story. I was talking with my friends, Mom. Fuck. Scott Royerston, I just had to give you a super chat for these awesome attempted sound effects. What? Attempted? Okay. I don't have the jet engine part down of when the engines are lit. I can't. Is that it? But come on, man. That's what it fucking. That's the right sound. Come on, Scott. I'm not bad at that shit. It's pretty damn good. Matthew Lambert, $10. Now I don't like Matthew Lambert anymore. Matthew, if that's your real picture, your beard's too fucking cool, and I'm pissed, Matthew. All right, let me go back between the sheets. Let me start at the top, run my way to the bottom. Ron Vest, $1.99. Ashley Beth Crawford. I've been on a similar flight, landed in a cornfield in Terre Haute, Indiana. We didn't make it to an airport. Holy Santa Claus shit. Now, I've gotten on a plane since then, but I would have never got on a plane if we'd landed in a fucking cornfield. Insurmountable Cali Cat. Act this plane story as I'm searching flights for Vegas costs. Oh, yeah. So I was flying into Vegas. So remember, we're all going to be in Vegas in January. Book your flights now. And remember, try to pick Southwest Airlines. I never even thought about that, Kelly Cat. I'm sorry. Ace Jumpman, getting to the party late. Good evening, General. I talked about that. Diver Monkey, good evening. I did that one already. Steel Walt, $1.99. Thank you very much. Jamina Puddle Duck, you're the type of dad we never knew we needed. Love from, wow, where is that? AOT area? AOT EAROA. Erodia? Eroteria? Eroteria. I don't know where that is. That's Eroteria. Jamima Puddle Duck. It's either Erotria, either that is a city in Antarctica, or that is a Polynesian name for areola on your boob. I don't know which. I wish I did. Puddle Duck, thank you for letting me know that. Yukon, Cornelius, member for 5 months, Legion of X. Cheers to the General and the best cast. Us. Yes. You guys, we are the best cast in this ongoing drama. I believe that. Dewey Osborne, you coming through Little Rock. I always go through, actually, I go through Dewey. I go to Hot Springs. I got to take my kid through Hot Springs. There's some stuff that I want him to see there that I saw when I was there a couple times. Yukon and Cornelius, Gen X Nation for the Whiskey Fund. My man, putting it out there. I'm going to take one right now for you. Bad Dad, welcome. He's an extra. I can't see these. These are all so fucking small. Adam Brennerman, member for 4 months. He's an extra. Thank you very much. Scott S., member for, looks like 8 months. Bottom of the Glass Nation. My man. Scott's got some icons in there. He knows, put the boobs in there for me. Matthew Lambert, member for 7 months. Bottom of the Glass Nation. How you been, buddy? Nice to see you. Matthew, the fuck have you been, man? I've been doing this whole show by myself. You just show up now? God damn it. Roy Managuerra. Managuerra? What's up, big guy? Kicking some ass today. Love your clips. My dad was the same way with me. The poor dude is about to pass through. He's had 2 heart transplant. Dad is a beast. He's a dying breed. My man, thank you for your dad. Do you tell him thank you? You tell him thank you for plugging on and keeping going. I love that. You tell him to keep passing through. Keep going, man. Don't quit. Werner Horn, first time in the live chat. Been watching for a couple of seconds. Want to say thank you for being authentic. I lost my dad in 2014, and you make his loss a little lighter. Werner Horn, a lot of people have said some similar things to what you just said. I miss my dad. You remind me of my dad. Things of that nature. And I'm grateful for all those comments. But I think the way you put it there was the best I've ever heard it. Werner said, I lost my dad in 2014, and you make his loss a little lighter. Werner, thank you for the kind words. And thank you for the way you chose to put it. It pleases me very much. Thank you. We the People dropped in $4.99 to cuss me out and call me a dumbass. We the People, how much of a dumbass can I call you for $4.99? Except to say, I'm not going to call you a dumbass for $4.99, jackass. That's like a $20 thing. You want me to chew you out? That's $20. Or you really want a good ass chewing? Drop a fucking C note in there. You drop a C note and I'll ride your fucking ass until you cry like a little baby. But hey, whatever. We the People. For $4.99, okay, you're a jerk and nobody likes you. There's your $5 one. Roy B, $20. Where we get that one? I can read on my screen better than hers. Man, you are the dad I'm trying to be. Thanks. Half for the whiskey, half for something better than us. Well, Roy, there's a lot of shit better than you and me. Won't be too hard to throw an arrow and hit the center on that one, will it? No, not at all. All right, so I'm all caught up on that stuff. I'm all caught up on my stuff. I'm scrolling through the chat. We've been here an hour and a half doing my thing. Yeah. So we got through a few glasses of whiskey. We got some of the stories out of the way. And look who is darkening our door. It's Gen Z Kid.
My hair's still flat? Can I wear a hat all day?
No, your hair looks like a fucking Q-tip.
Yeah, I told you it's flat right now.
Flat? It's puffy like a...
flattened. Look, it's like flattened. It's weird. I don't know. Okay, whatever.
Well, it is weird, but you're still a Q-tip. So how can I help you, my fine feathered friend? Good answer. Wow, you're really on top of things.
I don't even know why I came down here. I already have a headache, and just you, man, this sucks.
Tell them.
What?
They don't know what happened to you.
What about the?
Yeah, on Buena Vista.
Oh, how I got a ticket?
He got his first ticket.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tell him what you were doing.
So, I pull up to the stoplight. I'm like, man, this song sucks. I'm going to change my song. So I reach down to my phone, hit skip, and then I look in my rearview mirror, and this moped cop, no, motorcycle cop goes, They pull over, so I pull over.
Now,
I'm sweating balls.
Before he goes any further, there's two things I want you to know. Number one, he says, I reached down to my phone like I was cleverly hiding it away from everybody. No, the cop was behind him. He picked up his phone and went change songs like this, where the cop behind him could see that he was on his phone. If he'd actually done what he said, I reached down in the center console and changed songs, the cop would have never known. The second thing was that I have tried to tell him a very Generation X thing that he is now probably going to listen to. I said, Generation X drives in their rear view mirror. Dad, what are you talking about? I said, we drive in our rear view mirror all the time. We drive in our mirror. Are you driving your mirrors? You drive straight in. You just glance in the mirrors. No. Once I see what's going on, I'm constantly in my mirror. It's been trained since I was a kid. Generation X, I don't want people coming up behind me. I don't want cops coming up behind me. So I drive in my mirrors. It's still a habit. I drive in my mirrors. There's no way. There's no fucking way a cop is ever going to come up behind me without me knowing it. Nope. Generation X drives in their mirrors. Now he gets it. He goes, okay, I get that now. If I'd have been looking in my mirror. Because he was stopped. That cop had pulled up and got behind him and stopped. That cop was on a motorcycle, put his foot down, and he never even noticed. If he's driving in his mirrors, it's terminology, now he's got it. So, yes, I can mute real fast.
I was talking about how he has a big wart on his butt and he's too scared to talk about it. And I told him how his butt cream got here and he's too scared to talk about it.
I don't have a wart on my butt, but if I did, how would you know?
Because you told me to order the butt cream. You told me to run down to Walgreens and get the butt cream. You know,
nobody's
go
believe.
to the worker and go, hey man, you know where the cream is? Oh, the ice cream? No, that ice cream. Oh, you mean like acne cream? No, dude, no, like wart cream.
So in other words, you telling him.
I'm like, dude, where's the butt cream? He's like, oh, I don't know where that is. Let me ask my coworker. And then he screams across the store, going, hey Jerry, you know where the butt cream is? I need it for this kid right here. I'm sitting there in the store going, oh my god.
Okay, there's no butt cream, there's no wart, and the fact that you're thinking about my ass is a little disturbing.
Okay.
Get out. Yeah, everybody heard you. Everyone's yelling butt cream. Dumbass kid. The cop. I can say the cop's name. His cop's name was Waddle, which is just. I mean, at least he didn't say, "Did you waddle over here to give me a ticket?" This is a name. You know, it's probably a cool guy, probably a cool cat. Probably going to be knocking on my door in 5 minutes, going with his taser, going, "Hey, motherfucker, did you make fun of my name?" No. Okay, a little. Anyway, he got his first ticket, so he's fucked on that. He got a cell phone ticket. We'll see how that goes. Kid's going to pay all his own fucking bills, dumbass. Oh, yeah. He was not okay with that, just so you know. That, I know kids talk about, you fucking got pulled over, got my ticket. I don't give a shit. Fuck a ticket. I'll pay my ticket. He was not like that. I'm going to let you know that, you guys know he's sensitive. You guys know he's a caring individual. You know, if a dog got hit by a car, that would wreck him for a while. He's a very caring person. And the fact that he was doing something like that, breaking the law, and he got caught and the cop reprimanded him, that hit him. He's like, fuck. You know, I mean, it bothered him to the point where he was not okay for about half an hour. I'm glad of that. I don't want a fucking hard-nosed 17-year-old kid that's like, yeah, fuck that. I got a ticket. So what? Who fucking cares? I'll do it again. No. I don't want a kid like that. I want a kid that still takes these things to heart. I want a child who understands the mess that things are in the world and has to train themselves to follow the rules and do what they're told. I'm glad I'm not having to beat this situation into him. I don't have to beat it into him. He got it. So just so you guys know, that was a deal. Romy, I saw what you wrote there. Unbelievable. Romy, no one knows you're talking about, Romy. Shut the fuck up, Romy. Jesus Christ. Romy. Oh, Scott Royston says, most kids today take everything to heart, like seriously beyond the heart. They watch a squirrel choke on a nut and they ready to commit suicide. Yeah, not like that. No, Scott, it's not like that. I've raised 32 kids. My last 8 children, he's one that's balanced. He's right in the middle. He's not a fucking snowflake. He doesn't have a safe space. He doesn't need hugs all the time. The fucking guy's got it on. But if I told you that there's a difference between a guy who's like, fuck that, I don't give my ticket. I tore it up. I spit it out. I pissed on it right in front of the officer right in the street. Come on. Would you want a kid that acts that way? Or do you want a kid who you got to build up a little bit and go, it's all right, man. You fucked up. I'm glad you took it to heart. We'll move forward. That's the kind of kid. That's where he is.
I'm sorry for yelling from top of the stairs, but you told me something whenever I was.
Why don't you get on mic and quit shouting in my microphone, dumbass? What do you want?
Hi guys, welcome to the second microphone. Today I've turned it on to talk to you about how I won't commit suicide.
Welcome to Gen Z Kid. Fucker. Go ahead.
Okay, so back when I was like 12, you were like, would you ever commit suicide? I said, I don't know. Haven't been that sad yet. And then
You're blurring the mic. Back up just a little bit, buddy. You don't got to swallow it. There you go.
Okay, sorry.
There you go.
And then you said, no, you go to hell if you commit suicide. I was like, why? And then you didn't give me a why. You just kind of said like you will. And then because I was stupid, I wouldn't have understood the why in the first place.
Been a long story.
So then I was talking with my friend Elias about it, and I was like, I did my own research, and it's self-murder. And I was like, that makes so much more sense. Oh my God. So I've never been at the lowest of lows yet, but I feel like if I do get there, I know I won't kill myself because of that one reason. Because why would I end it now just to go to the worst place? You know?
All right. Well, let me help you out with something since you brought it up.
Yeah.
Your reasoning, if I'm correct about this, is that if you have not ever been to the lowest of low places to consider killing yourself, but if you do, you're confident that you would hang on to that reason of not wanting to go to hell and not kill yourself. Okay. I will tell you from personal experience, I will tell you from talking to people that have been at the lowest of low place, when you get to that point, you don't care. When you get to that point, it's like, well, wait a second, you're going to go to hell. I don't care. I just can't do this anymore. This pain is too much. It's got to end. Well, your children are going to discover your dead body on the floor. I don't care. I'm sorry about that, but I can't go. Well, you're going to leave your wife and your children with no money. They're going to lose their place to live and have no food. I don't care. This pain inside of me has to stop. I'm letting you know that when you get to that lowest of low places, none of those things make a fucking bit of difference. When you actually get to a point where you're considering suicide, you've got to a point where you're past all rational thought. Right now, you sitting here in that chair, that seems like an anchor for you. That seems like, okay, no matter how bad it gets, no way would I do this. But on the same note, even though I'm telling you, you are completely wrong about how you will feel about it if you get to that time, let me also tell you this, because I know you. I know that wouldn't stop you, but I'm telling you that despite all your fucked upness in life and all of your immaturities and all your things that I fucking can't stand about you, you have several things about you where you are displaying the strength of 10 men. One of them is I don't believe you would ever kill yourself because you just would continue on. You would suck it up and go, I have to keep going. I think, and you wouldn't even know why. There's not a reason. You wouldn't say, oh, God damn it, my family. No. My job. No. I want to live. No. I'm letting you know that there is something deep inside of you that keeps you going because you have to. I'd like to say, well, you're right. But you don't want to go to hell and you won't die. No. I think you'd set that aside and wouldn't give a shit anymore. But I'm letting you know right now that I know you. I know you better than you know yourself. I've watched you every day of your entire life. And I'm telling you, if you ever got that low, there is something inside of you that would not let you kill yourself. And that sets you apart from a lot of people. Just know that. Okay? I wasn't planning on talking about this. I wasn't planning on giving you any pointers in life on that. But since you brought it up, I want you to know that there is something that is deep inside of you, that is planted there, that is growing there, that is part of the core of who you are, you'll get through it. You won't like it, but you'll get through it.
I will say, now you keep bringing up lowest of low points in my life. That one time when my controller died when I was playing that game of Fortnite back in 2018, man, I was this close. I was this close.
That was low, right?
That
in the
was
middle of your
real
game,
low.
Your controller battery.
That was very low. Okay. Peace out. Oh, I'm not leaving yet. Okay.
I was going to bring up something else.
Oh, no.
I have seen the lowest of your life.
Yeah, what's that?
I bet Mom can remember this too. I think you were 6.
Oh, God.
And maybe 6 or 7, and you got up really early one Saturday morning. You were going to play video games. You were going to watch cartoons. All your brothers and sisters were doing shit around the house and running around with their lives. You didn't care. You were focused. You got up. You were in a little onesie thing, and you ran downstairs, and you got here, and you got your bowl, you got your Fruity Pebbles, and you got all your shit.
Oh, God.
We were out of milk.
Oh, man. Happens to
And you sat there huffing and trying not to cry. And you sat there, and I was watching you going, wow, this is fucking really deep with some Fruity Pebbles. Mom walks up, and she goes, what's going on? And I said, look at him. I said, he's fucking going to lose his mind. We watched you for probably, 3 solid minutes of you fighting to hold back tears. And at the end, you lost your shit. You started crying. Tears were coming out. You were shaking. Now me, I was like, that is one of the funniest things I've fucking ever seen. You're going to have to suck it up, Buttercup. There's no milk. But it ruined your whole weekend at 6 years old. You know what your mother did? She jumped over me and grabbed you up. It's okay, sweetie. It's all right. We'll go to the store right now and get you some milk. It'll be fine. I'm like, are you out of your fucking mind? That was the lowest I'd ever seen you because you were struggling inside to not cry, and then you just lost the battle and fucking unloaded. And I hope everybody in here sends Fruity Pebbles to your P.O. box.
Oh, my God. It's just, okay, you just reminded me that I broke a birthday tradition. I broke a birthday tradition this year.
Yeah, you weren't here. You went with your girlfriend.
That's besides the point.
Yeah.
Every birthday since I was like 11, because I remember when I was 11, I was like, I'm staying home from school. Screw school. I'm not doing it. And what can I do at home?
That is not what happened. Mother gives you permission if your birthday falls on a school.
But I make it feel like I'm saying
you act like
school.
you're all defiant.
Yeah. So
screw school. I'm doing it.
I'm not doing it.
Is that okay, Mom?
Yeah. Well, I asked Mom, I was like, can I have like a ginormous bowl of cereal? So every birthday, I'd get like a mixing bowl, like a large mixing bowl. I'd fill that thing up with as much cereal as I could.
And you know you wouldn't eat it.
I'd eat like 3/4 of it, but the last 2 birthdays, besides this one, I ate the whole thing. And I was looking forward to it, but I was kind of sick this weekend.
I
barely made it to the wedding.
You did good.
And I came home at like 10:30. I'm not about to pop out a large mixing bowl at 10:30, fill it up with Reese's Puffs and Cinnamon Toast Crunch and eat it. So I'm going to do that tomorrow.
No, you're not.
What?
Birthday's over, dude.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Whoa.
Every year, what's one of the things Mom always lets you guys pick on your birthdays? You guys can have whatever kind of cake you want and whatever kind of dinner you want.
Yeah.
She always tells you just whatever you want.
Oh,
There's nothing off limits, really.
Mm-hmm.
And there's never been too many things extravagant, but I'll tell you one of the things that I thought was always fun. Remember, the eight boys and 4 boys and 4 girls, 8 kids, was when they told Mom, and she loved this, when they said, I want to do a reversed I want dessert first, then we want dinner afterwards, or, when someone says, I want all breakfast stuff, Mom loves that. And every now and then, you guys would do that, so that was always a lot of fun.
I will say, in my opinion, only good part about reverse day is the breakfast at dinner time. Because I'd say breakfast is my favorite meal of the day because it is just so good. You could have savory, you could have sweet.
You got to admit,
anything.
Mom, when it came to holidays and birthdays around this house, she went overboard and she put out every effort she could for every child 8 times a year for the birthdays, plus the holidays every year for damn near 15 years straight. She's really done a good job. We're really blessed to have her.
For my birthday, from when I was like, I don't even know how young, till I was about 10-ish,
Yeah.
we'd always go to BJ's on my birthday.
Yeah, we can go. If you
Yeah.
want to go out, that was one
So
of the choices.
that was always one of my choices. Well, I remember when I was 11, 12, 13, every year except for this year, I'd always get teriyaki chicken for
Yeah.
dinner. I swear to God, when I was at that place, that fancy restaurant out there,
You want
I
some
was looking for some
Damn
teriyaki chicken.
Teriyaki chicken.
They had steak and sushi, but no teriyaki chicken.
What a terrible restaurant.
Exactly. So I got a burger.
Gen X mom, you got your hand up way across the room, my love.
Couple people are asking how was the wedding. They want to know.
Oh, they want to know how was the wedding, and I'll do
Okay.
the sheets. I promise. They want to know the
Um,
details on the wedding, not
okay.
just it was fine.
Okay, short answer. The wedding was actually a lot of fun. Really cool. Do you want to tell me like you want me to give a short story,
Well, you know,
or
you,
like
you,
Cliff
you,
Notes
you,
version?
You got picked up early that day from
Yeah,
her
I got
family,
picked up.
had breakfast.
Okay, so I got picked up at around like 8:30. I was literally sweating, not because I was nervous, because I was sick, and I
But
was
they thought
like,
you were nervous.
oh yeah, they thought I was super nervous. So I get picked up by her cousin and her little brother. Her little brother is amazing. He's like 13, and her cousin's like a little bit older than me. We didn't say a single word.
Hold on one second. Philip Van Niekerk.
Mm-hmm.
This one is for the ticket, his ticket.
For my ticket.
But I don't know what a ZAR is. In
Oh, Czar. Oh my goodness. I know what country this is from.
Is it Russian?
I think so. Well, no, they use rubles.
Rubles. What's a ZAR?
I don't know.
ZAR. Okay, I don't
Okay.
know how much it is.
But he sent how much of it?
$829.99.
I gotta look it up right
You
now.
can look it up now.
Okay.
I don't know what Philip. Wait, whoa, Philip Van, man. A ZAR.
I think it's like $20. That's what I'm guessing. I'm guessing like $20.
I'm gonna say that we're millionaires right now.
Maybe
and
that's true.
I'm gonna say that Philip Van Niekerk right now has put us over the top, off the map, and I don't need friends anymore. I'm gonna go buy me some new
It's
friends.
South African.
With my South African $829.99 ZAR, I'm gonna buy new friends.
Hold up. I gotta see. It's
Goodbye, everybody. I'm hanging up.
It's $45.
It's how much?
$45.51.
$45. Let's see.
Yeah, it's called a South African rand.
Hold on. All right. What can I? How many friends can I buy for $45? I can buy one Kid Brother Joey, one Michael Roeder, and probably a Lionheart. I can get all three of them for $45.
You can't get me. I'm not for sale.
$15 a piece, baby.
Okay. So like
You know, I liked it better when I thought I was rich.
I know, but it's cool that we got South African rands, you know?
Hey, that's
At least
fucking
now you
cool.
know it's rands.
But it says ZAR on it. ZAR, man.
Why is it USD? Do you call them UDS or USD?
Yeah, Oostas.
USDs. Okay.
Michael East, $21. Just want to clear the jar. He's fucking. Hold on. I want to see the jar clear. He's not fucking around. Oh my Christ Almighty!
Did you clear it?
He cleared almost everything out of there. We still got a little too many of the $2 whores in there. Not enough of Mrs. Fort Watton's lovely ass-shaped peaches. But still, all right.
Okay.
Yeah,
So I get picked up,
yeah.
and he plays Jack Harlow the whole way there. I don't have a problem with Jack Harlow, but he played like the worst songs. I swear to God. So we drive over there.
So that's when you lean forward as the new boyfriend in this
Yeah,
new family.
yeah.
You lean in from the back seat and go, dude, do you know?
I was
any-"
in the passenger seat.
Then you lean over and go, dude, do you know any good songs?
I was hoping he'd play at least like First Class, solid song.
All right, go on now.
Yeah. You could tell I was like emanating body heat because my window was steamy, and then everybody else's was chill. I was like, oh man, this is embarrassing. So I walk into the house. It's just the groomsmen and
Just
me.
the guys.
And me. I'm the only white guy there.
Oh yeah, it was a Spanish
Yeah.
family.
Oh, yeah.
Mexican family.
I'm the only white guy
Why
there.
did they include you? You're totally
don't
not
know.
worthy to be in a Mexican
I don't
wedding.
know, man.
You're not.
They treated me cool. One of them just thought I was some guy he's never met, a part of
Because
the
you
family.
were the token white kid, and they had
Yeah.
to be nice to you.
I was taller than everybody though.
Well, they don't want to be accused of racism.
That's
so they
fair.
bring you, and you are the whitest kid they probably know.
Whoa, I'm not that white.
You're white.
I know I'm
You
white,
fucking glow.
but I'm not.
Nah,
Hey,
you
golly
glow.
gee, sir, I'm really white. No, I'm not that white. Jesus. So we were watching. I think we were watching Jackass on the TV.
There you
while
go.
We're sitting.
There's
there.
not a more white show than that yet.
They turned it on.
Yeah,
they
sure
turned
they
it on.
did.
I was sitting there.
Wow, you just fucked up our whole family reputation. You just walk in there glowing white and beat the shit out of it for not listening to the right Jack Harlow songs, and then you watch Jackass. Could you have fucked this thing up anymore?
Okay, I didn't mention the Jack Harlow. And to be fair, I was watching Jackass for the first time.
Matthew calls you neon white.
Look,
Johnny
that
says
was
you're 1,000% white.
Look, they're about to kill you on stream because I've never seen Jackass before.
You've never seen Jackass?
No, so I was watching it for the first time.
No, that's okay because Mom would not allow me to show any of you Jackass.
Okay, well, I was watching like the tail end of it because they were watching it, and
Baby powder white.
you know the chalk that LeBron throws in the air?
Yeah.
That's me.
You are the chalk that LeBron chaps his hands with.
Okay, anyways.
Quickly, go through it.
Okay, they had mimosas, and they all kept making jokes about how even the groom, who I know because I've met him before, they were making jokes about how I can't drink mimosas because I'm underage.
Oh, you're saying Moses.
No, mimosas.
There you go. Try
That's what I was
using
saying,
your word.
mimosas.
This is Moses.
Mimosas.
This is drinking Moses.
Mimosas.
This is Moses.
Mimosas.
There you go.
Okay, they're all making fun of me because I can't drink. And he goes, what are you, 16, 17? And it's my birthday. So I go, I literally just turned 17 today. Then they all sang me happy birthday. And I'm sitting there like, oh, my God. It's like,
That was kind of cheesy.
yeah, I was like, really?
You could have just gone, dude, don't do that. Don't
Yeah,
sing.
I was sitting there like, ugh. So I hung out there for like another hour, just meeting people, whatever.
This
Then,
is the short version. You haven't even got to the wedding yet.
yes, we drive there. We get to the studio.
Yeah.
We change in the studio.
Yeah.
I realize there's a Nest camera there. And her uncle that I drove there with changed in the main lobby where the Nest camera is.
Well, you were probably afraid to because of your small peepee.
Yes.
I understand. Yeah.
Look, I'd say 3 is enough. People have a problem with it.
Yeah.
Look.
I understand. No, it's okay.
3.5 on a good day.
And on a good day. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
all right.
When it's not cold.
Not everybody can have a big girl. It's okay.
It's tough. It's tough, man.
All right, so what happened next?
So I get all dressed up. I have to ask somebody for help with my tie because I don't know how to tie a tie.
I have taught you how to
Because
tie
I don't
a
have a
tie.
dad.
You do. You do have a dad. All you have
He
to
left
learn
when
is
I was
a
5 to go get that milk that I didn't have to get my cereal.
I taught you how to tie a Windsor knot. It's not that tough.
You did not.
I didn't?
No, you've never taught me how to tie a tie.
Well, I taught all your brothers.
For every FFA event, Mom is
Mom
so
ties your
kind.
tie.
She's so kind. She ties it and leaves enough room to put my head through
So
it.
she ties it on herself
Yeah.
and then puts it on you.
No, she leaves it in the garment bag. So whenever I go somewhere, I
Oh.
put it on. And
It's a
whenever I'm at like
Wait,
a long term,
did I just hear that right? Mom puts it on her, ties it, and puts it in your garment bag for you, so all you have to do is slip it on and tighten it up?
yeah.
Wow.
Wow. At state conference last year, I got a compliment on how well my tie was tied.
Mama's little man.
Yes, thank you. So, okay, we get all suited up. We go to the wedding chapel place. I don't know the name of it. I was falling asleep on the ride there.
Good. You were well rested.
Yeah, we get there. The whole front row was empty, and I was like, I am not about to sit in the front row when I don't know anybody.
Just so you know, I would have sat in the front row.
Yeah.
I'd have sat in the fucking front row, right at the left end of the pew, going, "I belong here. I belong right fucking here."
They were like these cool. They look like ice. The chairs. They look
Yeah.
like they were made of ice. It was like clear, shiny plastic, not plastic like you'd find in a.
Like crystal-looking plastic.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
I'm just letting you know.
Okay. Well,
You have to have the confidence to sit wherever you want, like you're
Well,
supposed to be there.
You have to think. Luckily, I noticed on one half of the front row, it was reserved for like the bridesmaids and the groomsmen.
Right.
So I assume the other half didn't have the reserve thing on it because I counted how many there were.
Right.
And I was like, they probably just want the whole front row.
Yeah.
So my girlfriend took me around meeting everybody. One guy did not speak English, and I tried my best to speak Spanish. I don't remember what I said. I probably said I love cheeseburgers, which I do. I did not tell a lie.
That's okay. You don't speak English that well either. So go
No,
ahead.
I just can't conversate in any language except for body language. I'm really good at that one.
Listen, all I'm trying to tell you by the whole seat thing is when you sit confidently in the front row, you got to have the attitude like Mike Damone. from Fast Times at Ridgemont
anywhere
High
you are
is the best
coolest
place to be.
Yeah.
And you got to pull the money ball.
Oh, yeah.
You got to remember, your dick has to be in the room 2 minutes before
We
you
already
get
went
there.
over this, Dad.
Well, I'm letting you know, man. It's important.
Look.
You got to have some confidence.
Look, the second row was pretty much empty as well. So I sat in the second row in front of everybody. Because I did. And whole wedding went great. There's these big flower arrangements, like 5 feet tall.
Yeah.
And I sent a picture of it to my friend Diego.
How come I didn't get pictures? Patreon is still waiting for pictures.
I gave you all the pictures I had.
You gave me 3 pictures, and they were all the same, just you and your girlfriend making 3 different faces.
Because that's all we did. That's
How
all I
am I
did.
gonna put that on
That's all I
Patreon?
did. I don't have the pictures yet.
You just told me you sent flowers.
Okay, that was on Instagram. I didn't save the photo. It was like a snap and then
Wow.
send. It doesn't save it. Okay?
Wow, you're so full of shit.
I sent it to him,
You're
and
so
I was like,
full
how
of
much
shit.
for you to make this? And he was like, 150. This is a random topic. I shouldn't be talking about this. Anyways, he said like, oh, 150. I was like, you realize those are 5 feet tall? He went, whoa. That was a random thing.
Get to the end of the story.
Okay. Wedding went great. Met everybody. Then after that, next to the studio was this pizza place, and her uncle went and got pizza while we sat in the car, and we were like, whoa, dude, that pizza looks super good. Why didn't we get any? And then her mom got mad at us for walking.
Wait. He went and got a slice, or he got a whole
A
pie?
slice.
Whoa, that's
Dude,
a party foul, man.
exactly.
You
So-
gotta come back with a pizza for everybody.
So I started walking over to the pizza place like, I'm going to go get myself a slice
No
of pizza.
shit.
I'm with my girlfriend, her little brother, and her cousin, like, let's go get some pizza. Then, because this is like 2-story like kind of thing where the
Yeah.
studio was on the second floor, up from the second floor, her mom goes, hey, get up to the studio right now. We got to change. I was like, oh, man.
right when you were gonna get some
I was going to get
food.
some pizza. So I was hoping we were going to go over there. But
I'm just glad her mom yelled at you. That
Yeah.
part I'm happy about.
I'm used to it at this point. Have you seen yourself?
I have seen myself.
Have you heard yourself?
I'm wonderful. Just ask me. I'll tell you.
Okay. Anyways, I was hoping to go back to that pizza place because we were talking about it, but no. Everybody wanted to go to this super fancy restaurant downtown, get there 2 hours early for no reason, and I'm still in my suit. I'm looking snazzy. And then we went to the,
Wait. Thought she said get back up to the studio to change.
I said that I was like a little flashback, like back when we were at the studio. I wanted to go get pizza.
All right, whatever, man. Go.
Anyways, then the restaurant, we ate food. I didn't have teriyaki chicken because they didn't have it on the menu. I told the waiter I hate your restaurant. I guided everybody back to the parking garage, and then we left.
That wasn't your first time in L.A., so.
No. Okay, I came on to say a few things, and I regaled you guys with the dumbest story known to man. I wish there was an after party, but there wasn't.
No, I've told dumber stories. You're okay. You're in the clear.
Oh, you have?
Well, I told them the story about when we were in L.A. and we turned that corner and the gunshots went off and the car door was open and the guy was running. Mm-hmm. I told them that story.
That was pretty dumb.
You were scared.
I was.
You wanted to go home.
I was like, man, these gunshots be scary.
Because they were right there. We were right there in front of us.
I was like, they were mad scary.
Yeah.
And then, oh man, I had something to say. The butt cream story was pretty stupid too.
That was a stupid story, but it's all right.
Okay, bye.
He's gone. Scott Royston, upon listening to the lecture you gave your son about suicide, to answer you, the one thing that will stop you from going through this with this conviction, which comes from going closer to God, that is true. That is absolutely true. If you have a conviction to your religion, to God, excuse me, and you can rely on that, Scott, that is just, that was a card I could not play with myself at those moments. I thought I'd fucked up so many times that God had abandoned me and said, nah, you're on your own. That's the way I felt. Michael East, just because it looks cool, fucking up the jar again. I missed when it happened, but I can tell there's a bunch of blue ones in there, my man. Roy B, oh my God, I wish I could read these fucking things. Hang on a second. Maybe I can make them bigger. Hold on. A little bit bigger. All right, let me see what we got here. Roy B, man, you are the dad I'm trying to be. We already said that one. We talked about that. Brian Clellan, for the kid, get a better haircut. I know a guy. Brian, how about if we give you some shears and you can clip him? Loud one, $10, whole screen turning yellow. I can see the troopers coming from behind before they're 10 car lengths behind. Just have to know what you're looking for. Loud one is right on that. You guys know that back in the day, it's not so prevalent now. Headlights don't really come out of adjustment like they used to. It was a big thing. But police cars could not go out on patrol without perfectly adjusted headlights. That was a rule. Every car had headlights that were just a little bit off because They just did that back in the day. In the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s is not like today. Things weren't in fixed positions. They had headlight adjustment tools. So you knew 99% of the time, if a car behind you was coming up and his headlights were perfect, he was a cop. Almost always, 90% of the time, if it was perfect headlights, it was a cop. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me, anybody even know that? Does anybody even know that thing? Driving in your rear view mirrors, looking for headlights that are perfectly aligned? That's something you don't have to worry about today because all the fucking cars, they're fixed into the grills, into the fenders. They're always perfectly aligned. Almost always. There's some adjustment, but they're almost always. But back in the day, that was a tell, and it was a big tell. Anybody who grew up in the 70s and 80s driving, that was a big fucking tell. If you didn't know that, I just gave you one for free. You're welcome, America and Denmark. All right. Old man Jake, remember for 5 months, I had a wart on my butt once. It sucked. Wow. Old man Jake, I don't need to know that shit. Disney Sammy Joe, did the doctor prescribe a cream for it? I don't have a wart on my ass, Sammy Joe. Fuck. Brian Clellan, in a world of rats, be a Damone. He's talking about Mark Ratzenberger. I got nice pull, Brian. I got you on that. Scott says about the listening to God. Michael East, just because it looks cool. I got that one, loud one. When you pull the trigger on the sawed-off shotgun that's in your mouth, it doesn't go off. It makes you realize what's going on. Loud one, man. You lost me on that one, buddy. Old man Jake, put water on cereal. It tastes the same, only if you're drinking skim milk. I would agree with you. Skim milk is blue for a reason. Lord Crispy, you call the text 988 from your cell phone. You can call text 988 from your cell phone. Lord Crispy, I'm not sure what that means. If it's a suicide hotline, it could be. No one was talking about suicide like they're going to do it. It was just getting to that point. What would you do if? And I was just exploring with my son, giving him a teachable moment on how I felt about him. And because I planted that seed in him, that he's strong enough to go through that, there is a good chance that when that moment ever comes in his life, he will go, no, my dad said I'm strong enough and I will go forward. Sometimes that's all it takes. A seed that was planted years in advance of someone who believes in you. Sometimes that's all it takes. That's why I plant seeds in all of my children's head. They may not blossom. Those seeds may stay dormant for years, but when they're needed and they come up, then they're good. Michael East just wanted to clear the jar. Got that one. Paul Massamori, I lost my son. And you guys are some of the reason I keep going. It's weird. I don't know you, but you always make me smile because you guys remind me of how me and my son acted. Thank you all. Paul? Sorry your son's gone. I can't bring him back, and I have no words that are going to soothe that moment. But, Paul, I'm going to tell you that I can feel a little bit of where you're at. I can't tell you why. I've never divulged to anyone on this program why, ever. But I promise you there's a little bit of that I can connect with you 100%. And I'm sorry I can't tell you any more than that. Paul Messamore. I won't forget that name. Never Evil. Gen X Talks, go to the district attorney and get it changed to a disorderly conduct with a motor vehicle. No points, slight penalty, ever so slight insurance increase for a bit. Never Evil, I think he can go to traffic school on this one, and it's wiped, I think. Chipmunk Brandy, hey, General. What is a great 10-year anniversary gift for your husband? I need a man's thoughts on that. I'm having a hard time with gift ideas. Chipmunk Brandy, what would be a great gift for your husband on 10-year anniversary? Well, the first thing that comes to mind is a stripper named Candy. She works down at the airport near LAX. You can probably get her. But if you're thinking of another direction, I want to tell you that after being married for a very long time to my wife, that all of the personalized things that you can do where you can get a watch and you can engrave a little thing, a little desk, a little description, a little something like that. I want you to know that some of the best memories you could ever do is, and you can take a vacation to the beach. You can take a weekend to the beach, but it's the moments. Let's say you did that. Now I'm going to give you something vague, Chipmunk Brand. I'm going to give you something vague. Let's say you took and you rented a little house on the beach where you guys could go do something for 3 days, and this is your 10-year and blah, blah, blah. In the middle of it, walk him out at sunset, sit down on the beach, and as the sun is setting, just tell him this is the moment that the 10-year anniversary is about. Not that we're here, not that we rented a house, not that we had steak and lobster for dinner, all great things, but I want you to know that I needed you. This is the moment that the anniversary is about. It's sitting here quietly with my best friend as the sun sets and there's just the two of us. That moment. Something like that. Now, you don't have to do that exact thing, but I don't care if you're sitting on the couch in your own house and the children have gone to bed and you intentionally make him sit next to you and hold his hand and go, just so you know, this moment is my 10-year anniversary. This moment of sitting here holding the hand of my best friend. I'm telling you, even for guys, unless they have no romantic bones in their body at all, that moment for them where you've created that thing that sticks with them and goes, wow, my wife loves me in the simplest of situations. It says a lot. It's a suggestion. I could be wrong on how you guys conduct yourselves. If I'm completely 180 out, just do what Mrs. Fort Watton does. Just take him in the back room, fuck his brains out. But I'm probably not wrong. Might be right. Loud one makes you think about what's important. It does. It absolutely does. All right, Gen X Mom, I think I got the sheets cleared. You can erase the ones I talked about. I'm going back here to talk to my friends now. What am I missing? Hold on, she's got some shit. All the ones that are on there I got. I'm not talking to you anymore. I talked to my friends. Look, we're 2 hours in tonight. I didn't even get to my pictures. All right, 2 more. She's yelling at me. 2 more in there. Lord Crispy, send your man to Gen X camp. Gonna have to do that. Lord Crispy's right. Michael East, tools, never go wrong with tools. Well, all right. That's the other thing. You want to score some points? Find a Snap-on truck driving around town. Go in there. Tell them you want a gift card for Snap-on tools. Tell them you want an on-truck credit for Snap-on tools, Mac tools, Matco tools, even Cornwell. Go on a tool truck. Get him a thing for that. All right. I'm letting you know. Listen, you guys, I didn't get to any of my pictures. I don't know if any of them are worth getting to tonight. I've had such a good time with you guys. 2 hours has gone by so fast. Somebody should put up the Discord server. The Discord server is just a bunch of chat rooms. It's a list. You sign up for it. It's a list of chat rooms. It's where we all go hang out. Some are texting chat rooms. Some are video chat rooms. Whatever you're comfortable with. There's politics rooms. There's guns and knives rooms. There's cars. There's food. The food one, I really can't believe how great that one turned out. Tori Shiravalo's in there and absolutely has turned that place on its head. And the steaks you guys fix and the stuff you guys show, I'm telling you, I love every bit of it. I really do. Did I miss that one from Loud One? Tools are great if the guy knows how to use them. Well, Loud One, Loud One's not wrong. I was assuming they did. You guys, as I remember to bring this up, you guys remember Loud One's going to be pissed. Loud One's going to be, although Loud One's getting married, so this would have been a close one for him. But just so you know, the birthday one, we did an auction for Gen X Mom, and she auctioned off a date with Gen X Mom in Las Vegas. She auctioned off a date, and it wasn't an accumulation. You couldn't $5, $10, $20. This guy did. No, we weren't going to sit there and add up what everyone. No, she said the highest single amount, the highest single pledge gets the date with me. Full blown date. I'm not there. Date. She's going to smell nice. She's going to look nice. Date. And Loud One, I think maybe if he could have pulled it off getting the date before he got married, Kind of like, I want the date to be my bachelor party. He might have been able to do it. But he wasn't there. And his fiance, who was here, did not call and wake his ass up. She was like, nobody call him. Let him sleep. So, Loud One, just so you know, Gen X Mom has a date with, I think it's Lord Crispy, for $600. And you missed it. You missed your chance. Anyway, I don't know why I brought that up, but I remember the birthday, the date, Lord Crispy. The one time that motherfucker's not here, the one time he's not in here paying attention to what's going on, he fucking missed the thing he's been fucking waiting for forever. Anyway, the Discord server is where we go hang out. A lot of shenanigans in there, a lot of fun. It's where we go between the live stream, just so you fine folks know. Now, listen, this is the Bottom of the Glass Nation on Tuesday. We got a big one on Thursday, and then we got even a bigger one on Saturday. Don't miss it. You guys can show up to the world shows. You guys can show up to the happy hour on Facebook. Those are good. We talk about a lot of fun stuff there. It's going to be a great time. But don't forget the Bottom of the Glass Nation on Saturday. There's going to be some stuff in there that's worth going to. I'm going to have the stupid wheel behind me spinning some stuff to see what you guys want me to do, what you guys want to do. It's going to be a great show. We're going to do it on Saturday. Thursday is going to be a build-up. Don't tune in Thursday. Find out the rules for Saturday. That's what you got to do. Hold on. Another one came through. Loud one. Whoa, he's all yelling at me. What the fuck? Now Chush and I want our own threesome. You had your chance, man. You had your chance. Chush was not going to wake you up. Not even a little. I thought she would. I thought your fiance would have been like, fuck it. I'm going to put in a grand and we're going to have and she didn't. She did not. That's not even a bachelor party wedding present for you, my fine feathered friend. I'm telling you, that really happened on Saturday, and you really missed it. There was people in here going, tell Loud One, tell Loud One, tell Loud One. Nobody called you. Go back and play the replay. I even mentioned, I go, really? She's auctioned off for $600? That's it? Because Loud One got a pocket full of cash more than $600, and nobody called you, my friend. Nobody said a goddamn word, and I didn't either. Wasn't my place. Was not my place. And she went. She got a date now in Las Vegas. Now, maybe if you go to Lord Crispy, maybe for $20, you can be the waiter. You can bring the drinks or something. Oh my God, it's been so much fun with you guys. It was a lot of fun to do that on Saturday night. It all went toward the kids' birthday fun. It was a whole lot of fun, and I'm better off for being part of it. Listen, I do got to go, you guys. I got to go. It's a couple hours in. I got some stuff I got to go do. With the missus, yeah, I got to have some dinner tonight. And then I got to take care of my girl. I got to sit with her. I got to hold hands with her. I have to tell her how wonderful she is. It's my job. That's what I do. You guys all have the same jobs and responsibilities. So listen, everybody. Quit putting the $2 whore in there tonight. I can't believe it's probably Lionheart that did that, motherfucker. A little self-promoting bitch. Thank you, guys. You guys know that when the 2 hours goes by like that, when it goes by so fast, is because it was smooth, because we had a good time. I know we didn't get into the politics like we were talking. We didn't get into the pictures and stuff. It was like old school. Do you guys remember what it was like a year ago? No intro music. There was no pictures. We just all sat around and bullshitted. It was one of those nights. I love those nights with you guys. For those of you that remember those things, then remember them fondly, because they're few and far between. But when we get to do them, it really feels like the old days. It really does, and I'm glad to be part of it. Listen, I got to go. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you guys for wasting time. If you guys have an hour or two to waste, why not waste it with Gen X Talks? What better place to waste it than with this? Yeah. If anyone complains or questions what you're doing, you just got to say, have you seen the general? Have you not seen the program? Fuck me, what do I know? Listen, thanks you guys for showing up wherever you're tuning in from around the planet. If it's live or whether you watch it on a replay, thank you guys. We'll try to answer all your comments as we see them coming in, even on the replays. Yes, we don't forget about you. But from wherever you're at, watching or listening on AM, FM, Sirius XM, or anywhere across the planet on the Armed Service Radio Network, Thank you from Gen X Talks. And from the General, I promise I'll catch you guys on the flip side.